before we get shut down again. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you did say we go live. That would be probably true, so I guess we're toast. Right. Guys can't fucking help themselves. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you did say we go live. That would be probably true, so I guess we're toast. Something. Say something at all. Say something at all. Well, you did. What's it doing now? It's just really quiet. Naturally. Damn it, I already got that one. Fuck.
Man, that's really weird. Alright, let's see if it's working now. Oh, now we're not. Now there's no sound at all. Okay, good.
Yeah, kick ass.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, okay. It just takes a minute for the audio to go through, I guess.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah, I think we're good now. Just give it a second and. Oh, because there's that giant fucking delay too. So every time I make a change, it takes like a few seconds to go through.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. It just takes a minute for the audio to go through, I guess.
For some reason, did that? I don't know, man.
All right, now we're good.
Bizarre.
Everything works. We're good. It's actually live. It's actually got sound and audio.
Yeah. This is coming through and everything, huh? Nice.
It's actually working the way it should.
All right. Let's enjoy it while it lasts. Let's just not say anything and just enjoy it.
Let's just not say anything on the live stream. That's the way to go. I love this fucking case where the guy who was divorcing his wife, he wanted to file first so that she couldn't get the jump on him. And part of his filing was like, this divorce is, this marriage is untenable unless she gets her mouth surgically sewn shut. I was just like, God damn.
He actually said that in court?
He said that in a fucking legal briefing that he sent to the judge. Apparently there's a thing called a pleading. So, essentially, you as a representative of yourself or your lawyer as a representative of you in the case will... What do you call it? Oh, is that wind from you? They'll file essentially like a motion to do something or whatever. Like, like I would like this to happen. For instance, in one of the cases, the district attorney didn't want to be referred to as the government. They wanted to change their name that they would be referred to during the court case. Because they felt it was unfair and made them look sinister.
As soon as I put the my back to the wind, the fucking wind shifts.
Oh, yeah, okay, I know what you mean, yeah.
Christ, dude. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but...
Oh, yeah, so apparently there was another pleading where, like, a guy, the district attorney didn't want to be referred to as the government. Because he felt it was making his case look bad.
Judicial or whatever?
Yeah, and so the defense put forth a pleading of their own saying, like, we would prefer that not happen. However, if that does happen, it does open the precedence for people to just choose their own names. So heretofore, I would like to be known as Captain Justice, and my defendant would like to be known as the not guilty man over there. Like, they used a lot more language, but it was essentially boiled down to like, yeah, we'll call you something else and you call us this, dumb fuck. Not surprisingly, the judge ignored both of the things. It's just like, no, we're going to use the correct terminology that we've always used in court. That's how it works.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? I can't believe it's pretty ballsy for the fucking prosecution to even ask that fucking. You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, what the fuck do you think you're gonna?
It's one of those dumb shit things where it's like, I want to redefine words so that I can be right without having to actually make an argument. You know, like that kind of nonsense that goes on. It's like, we're not in a recession because I fucking decided that's not what a recession is anymore. It's like, all right, go fuck yourself. Like, we all know we're in a recession. Everybody's paying like $6 a fucking gallon for gas.
Right.
And the what defines a recession is exceptionally simple. You know, like 2 years without in a loss. Like, all right, well, we're 2 fucking years in a loss. It's real easy.
Yeah, that is fucking amazing. Like, yeah, this is what it's always meant, but we want it to have to do all this other shit to be called that.
Yeah.
Recession now.
Well, I think we're on a razor's edge at this point because they're pushing real hard with that bullshit about Trump, and it's like, so fucking what? Anything he took with him was perfectly legal because, you know, as the president, he can declassify documents, fucking retards. And so anything he took with him is perfectly legal. And in fact, Carter declassified documents 10 years after his presidency was over. So they just went fishing. They didn't have any specific thing that they were supposed to be looking for. They basically got an open-ended warrant from one of Epstein's lawyers who managed to get, like, bribed into being a judge, you know? Bribed his way into a position of being a judge, no doubt. And, you know, it was a fishing expedition where they basically just took a whole lot of shit they had no business taking, including Trump's passports.
Yeah, that was really fucking bizarre, dude. I'm like,
right? And it was like, you don't even, that has nothing to do with the case. You had no business taking them. You knew you had no business taking them, and you took them anyway. And then you lied about it.
Yeah, they didn't list it on the fucking the shit that they took. Like, they have to do, like, essentially an inventory.
Yeah.
Fucking,
which makes you wonder.
Let's just not list those.
Which makes you wonder what else did they lie about being that they took? Like, did they take a bunch of other shit and just not list it? So that's on a razor's edge because that's the kind of shit where if they decide that they're going to hold Trump, like they decide they're just going to arbitrarily charge him with some sort of bullshit crime, Texas and Florida might walk away from the fucking union. You know, that's the kind of shit states will walk the fuck away from and be like, all right, we're done. We're not part of the country anymore. And then you're in civil war.
Not playing by the fucking rules anymore.
Yeah, if you're going to refuse to actually follow the laws as they're written, then there's no way we can work with you. You know, like, and we may get like a split in our states because there's a lot of states who are sitting up there going like, hey, we're fucking done. Like, you don't get to just decree that immigration laws are invalid and you can just let in whoever you want. We're going to start putting up our own fucking border defenses. You know, like, we're not, like, they're fucking done, dude. States are like, whoa, I think it's over halfway to a convocation of the governors.
Yeah.
Like a legit convocation of the governors, and that's a big fucking deal because they can actually amend the Constitution. Granted, it's not the governors that actually amend the Constitution; they just start the process. It's actually the legislative bodies of each state get together and do the amending of the Constitution and actually get the process going. Like, the governors are like the officials that are like, yeah, we were told by our legislature that we want a convocation. So it's like a direct representation of the people, much more so than the federal government, obviously, considering the federal government has no regard whatsoever for what the people want. So
Yeah, it's getting pretty fucking ridiculous, dude.
yeah, I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better. I don't, and I also like with this.
Yeah, it fucking has to, dude. Unfortunately.
Oh yeah, well, and with the fertilizer shit that's going on right now, like that's gonna be real fucking bad down the road. Like that's not gonna take long before people are starving to death. Maybe not in like the United States or the rest of the first world countries, but definitely in the third world countries, you're gonna start seeing like massive, massive food shortages. Like people not having enough to eat to live.
Yeah, yeah. Something that shouldn't fucking be possible
Yeah.
nowadays.
Well, and the only reason they're what they're doing is they're claiming that the nitrogen in the soil that's left over from the
Fertilizer.
fertilizers is bad and will kill everybody. It's like there's nitrogen. It's like 60 or 70% of the air we fucking breathe.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's close to. I think it's close to it's like 74 or something like that.
I'm gonna look it up because I know it's
74%.
like a lot more than that.
It's almost three quarters, dude. It's really close to three quarters.
And how much nitrogen is in the air? Let's see if Google is honest. 78%.
Oh wow, it's even over three quarters.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember fucking telling like a couple of dumbass friends of mine. I'm like, you know, like there's way more nitrogen than oxygen, right? Like that's why fires don't burn forever. You know, 'cause there's
Yeah,
not, like
because
again,
there's only
huge
so much
concentration of
oxygen.
Yeah, and they're looking at me like I'm stupid.
Yeah.
No, it's like three quarters. You know, telling them it's like three quarters of the fucking air is nitrogen.
Well, anytime I say anything now, because I'm a conservative, like my mom will like legitimately like just immediately try to prove it wrong.
All right,
It doesn't even
right.
matter like what it is, and it's like,
Whatever it is, it's from the evil right, the rightists.
yeah, exactly. It's so fucking dumb. And so, like for our freezer broke. We have like a deep freezer in the garage. It's like a stand-up deep freezer. And
Right,
it broke, and so we were like, "Oh shit, what are we gonna do with this stuff?" And I'm like, "Well, you know, it's perfectly safe to just jam all the meat in another freezer and freeze it again. It'll be fine." And she's like, "No, it's not safe." I'm like, "No, it's perfectly fucking healthy. There's no danger in it whatsoever. Your meat has been frozen and unfrozen several times before you get it in the first place." And so I just quick did a Google search, and it's the USDA is like, yeah, it's perfectly safe. It just affects the texture and the moisture content of the meat. Like your meat might
yeah,
not
it
be
might
as
be less
good.
tasty.
Yeah, it might
Yeah,
not be quite as tasty. And
like
she
no,
just
that's a right
immediately
wing
started
talking
trying to
point.
find anything she could possibly find to refute that online, and it's all just a bunch of like hokum nonsense. And it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's even your precious government that says it. Like, like
Right.
so like that just to me like kind of speaks to the headspace that a lot of these people on the left are. They're incapable of having like rational conversations or even like dealing with just fucking reality on a day-to-day
Yeah.
basis. Like
Yeah.
that's just a fact. It's not political. It's not even like debatable. It's just this is what is. This is the truth. You know, like
Yeah. No, that's again. That's why I fucking never want to consider myself actually on any one team because I want to fucking take each issue, think about it individually instead of being like, hey, what does our side think? Okay, that's what I think.
I lean conservative by a substantial amount at this point because the only party that has any people in it who are remotely decent anymore are like conservatives. But even then, there's like a bunch of shitty conservatives. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, did you see the
your
old Liz
state,
Cheney getting blown the fuck out?
your state blew her the fuck out. Yep.
That's
Turns out when
Wyoming.
the votes actually get counted by and are legitimate, that yeah, the fucking Democrats don't even get close.
Well, she was
I couldn't hear
technically a
anything
fucking.
over whatever that motor vehicle was.
Yeah, I'll go in as soon as I finish my cigarette, dude.
That's all right.
Um, um, that was just a primary. Liz Cheney is technically a
Oh,
Republican, but
Liz
not really.
Cheney's a fucking rhino. Let's not lie. I mean,
Yeah,
she's a
yeah,
Republican in name only. She's a fucking Democrat. She's heading the January 6th bullshit.
yeah, yeah. Dude, it's funny because she got blown the fuck out. Like, it wasn't even close. She lost by like 40 something points, which is crazy for an incumbent.
Yeah, it's like, bitch, you're in Wyoming. You're in MAGA country. They're not interested in you going after Trump. They're interested in you supporting Trump. So if you're going to actively go against your own political interests of every fucking voter in your state, like...
Yeah. And then she compared herself to Lincoln.
Yeah, and they were talking about her running for president. Like, this bitch just lost Wyoming. You're going to try to run her for president? Like, that's so dumb.
Yeah, that is pretty fucking insane, dude. Oh, Lincoln lost elections.
Well, and
so that's what's going to happen with me, clearly.
It's important to remember, though, that the Republican primaries for the president are drastically different than the Democrat ones. The Democrat ones, it's really easy to buy off because you have super delegates who just basically get to make all the choices. And anybody who's in the Democratic Party who votes is just shit out of luck and their vote doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's how, because, Bernie Sanders would have fucking gotten the nomination if it wasn't for that shit.
And he would have definitely he would have given Trump a much harder run for his money, too.
He really would have. I mean, it would have been tragic if he won, too, but not as bad as if Hillary had won.
Yeah, given the choice between Hillary and Bernie Sanders, I'd much rather Bernie Sanders. Like...
Yeah, he's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just a dumbass, dude.
He's retarded, but he's not like World War III. Let's start launching nukes is retarded, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's nutty. Like, holy shit. And apparently that's been the case most of the time where Trump supported somebody, except in like a few more like blue states,
right,
where the Democrats can somehow get involved and like fuck it up. Because I'm pretty sure you can vote in the general primaries of the opposing parties' primaries in California, which is why it's so hard for Republicans to win.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm pretty sure everybody votes in all the primaries for some stupid reason. Which should never be the case. You shouldn't be able to vote in, like, we shouldn't be able to vote in the Democrats' primaries. They shouldn't be able to vote in ours. And none of us should be able to vote in, like, the independents' primaries other than independents. That's, like, your party. You should be the ones deciding who runs for your team.
Yeah.
You know, it shouldn't be up to the opposing team to have a say in that. That's really ridiculous.
Yeah, that makes zero fucking sense, dude.
It's like, oh, yeah, well, we wanted Jose Canseco to be a batter instead of a pitcher, but we had to ask the New York Yankees what they thought about our lineup.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's just fucking dumb.
50% of the vote.
Yeah, sadly, the New York Yankees got a say in it, and so they decided that Jose Canseco would make a much better pitcher. He's the only one I know, like, offhand, as a baseball player. I don't know any fucking...
The one that's been retired for, like, 20 years?
Yeah, what was it? There was a catcher for the Giants that was super fucking popular.
Oh, yeah, Buster Posey?
Flower Boy. Flower Boy. Everybody loved Flower Boy for a really long time. Like, he was getting a bunch of fucking crazy plays, like grand slams and home runs and shit.
Yeah, for a catcher, he was really good.
And then, I remember my dad loved that dude, and then there was, like, one or two pitchers on the team that he was, like, fanatic about. Some guy with, like, long shoulder. It was, like, it wasn't long hair, but for baseball it was kind of long, you know, where it came down to just, like, above his shoulders.
Yeah, Lincecum, Tim Lincecum.
There you go, that's the words. Yeah, I never would have remembered Lincecum. Unless we were talking about porn first.
Yeah, because they won a lot of fucking World Series in that. Like, they won like 3 out of 6 in one.
Yeah, I remember watching. Yeah, I watched a bunch of the World Series games, and yeah, they won like a whole lot of fucking World Series for a little while. They had like a crazy good team.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah, I think baseball is one of the few sports I'll actually be like down to sit and watch because I played Little League when I was a kid, so I kind of have some idea of what's going on for the most part. I mean, I can follow most of the game. I kind of understand most of what's going on. There's a lot of like weird little like pinch hitter, that kind of shit. Like that's when it starts to get weird for me, and I'm like, I don't. Why somebody else be batting for the pitcher? That seems kind of boring.
Yeah, or the old double switch. That's always fun.
Yeah, all the weird stuff going on. But also because like it's the one sport I've seen where the players still kind of recognize that we're playing a fucking game for a lot of money.
Yeah,
let's have some fun, and they all seem pretty fucking chill for the most part. There's a few pricks, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but most of the time when you're watching, like everybody's out there having a good time, and they're not like mad at each other for winning or losing. They're just out there enjoying the shit out of it, you know. There were a few golfers like that. There was this one dude who would he was like whistling and just cheerful and happy and just bubbly every time you saw him playing.
Yeah.
Like it was like every day was his best fucking day yet. And it was like, oh, I could watch that dude play golf. That's hella fun, you know. Like he's super fucking awesome.
Yeah, makes it seem like a good time.
Win, lose, didn't matter. He's having the best fucking day every day.
All right, I'm gonna switch back inside. I don't know how this battery will fucking hold out. We're gonna give it a shot.
We'll see.
God damn it.
Oh yeah, the music of the computer movement. About maybe 20 minutes. I gotta check laundry. Maybe hopefully we'll get lucky and Samaj will bless us with his presence.
Oh, what's going on?
Oh, in like 20 minutes or so, I need to go out and like move some laundry and start another load.
Oh, gotcha.
And I was like, hopefully Samaj will be on if he graces us with his presence. We've been off air for a couple of weeks, so.
Yeah, if he knows we do a show anymore. A couple of weeks or nothing.
I mean, it is the internet. You really can disappear in like 2 weeks and everybody fucking forgets you. It's not that unheard of.
Yeah, which is true.
Oh my god, I saw a fucking clip of one of those VTubers.
Oh yeah.
And they're playing VR chat. And this is the shit there on Twitch, for like teenagers and shit. And she was using the VR chat to pretend to stuff fruit up her pussy.
The fuck, dude?
Yeah, that's totally right, you know. I'm like, that's what you're fucking on your fucking Twitch and your YouTube for all the fucking teenage boys to pay for. Like that's totally fucking porn. Like, can't.
Oh, what the fuck, dude?
It's like that's the shit I want shut down. I want to see the stuff that's just flat out porn for 13-year-olds. Like no, you can't just go online and make like cam girl shit for 13-year-olds all day long. That's not okay.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking
right.
They're wasting the fucking money.
Yeah, it's like, if you send me a $10 super chat, I'll pretend to stuff an apple up my cooch on fucking VR chat. I fucking met a chick in VR chat who was basically a whore for VR chat. So she would she had a Twitch channel. I don't know if she still does. I imagine it probably all got shut down. But the deal was, if you paid her enough, she'd do pretend sex with you in VR chat.
Oh, wow.
So, like you'd go and you'd put on like 2 avatars that look like they're naked and look like they're penetrating each other and shit. And then, just pretend to fucking do sex in like whatever empty room alone they're in for, 20 minutes or something for like, a couple $100 or $50 or whatever she charged. I don't know what it was.
It's fucking bizarre, dude.
Can you fucking imagine being the one that paid for that?
Yeah, that's pretty fucking.
That's a sad existence right there.
Yeah.
Like, if you have enough money to pay her for that, odds are you could save up enough money to pay a real woman to just straight up suck your dick. And why are you not doing that? Because that would be way more satisfying.
Yeah, yeah, that is fucking weird.
Yeah, talking dirty to some girl online for
Sure, I
like
could fucking get
$100.
blown for way less, but what the hell? Do the simulated thing where I have to still have to jerk myself off.
Well, and you know they pretend to be like into you. I think that's the part of it that gets them. But I'm pretty.
Oh,
I've
right.
never gone to a hooker, but I would assume that they have at least some level of, you know, stroking your ego in some way. Oh, it's so big, yeah. You know, like
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
one would assume they have some way of, you know, encouraging the dude to fucking finish up. Because the quicker he's done, the quicker they can get to their next guy. The more guys they get, more money.
I think, although I guess some of them might be just bitter and jaded, and they're like, "Fuck you." Yeah, you get
Oh
to
yeah,
fuck me for the money. You fucking suck.
I saw fucking like what was it? Some sort of fucking special that I saw online that was from like way back in the day on HBO or Showtime or some shit. And it was just like a documentary about like hookers and and strippers and other forms of like prostitution. And they went down to Mexico and they found this chick who was hooking it, and she's like, you got 2 minutes, you don't come, that's your fucking problem, and just like bends over and like flips her skirt up and just sits there like totally fucking uninterested in anything, just tunes out.
Yeah, that's just.
Dude went for it. Dude was like
That's
all
fucking
about
crazy.
that. I was just like, that's fucking nasty. She
Yeah,
didn't
that's
even like
fucking
check him for
crazy.
a condom or nothing. Like, nah, that's gross as fuck, dude. You like sticking your dick in a big sponge of fucking chlamydia, herpa, fucking AIDS or whatever.
You got all the diseases.
Probably. I mean, I think he paid her like $20. So
That's probably not a bad.
I would assume it looked when I saw it like it was sometime in like the late '90s, early thousands in Mexico. So at
All
that
right.
time, our money was pretty fucking strong. That would have been a like, you know, pretty decent amount of money in Mexico. You know, kind of like 40, $50 might be now.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, customer service, dude. Just
Yeah, yeah,
on,
just
I
customer
guess.
service. Well, you got to pay a lot more apparently.
Yeah. If you want me to pretend you like me, or pretend I like you, that's like an extra. It's like double. You gotta give me 50.
Well, from what I understand, not having ever gone, I've the most I've ever done is gone to like a strip club. I went to a strip club one time and I was just like, well, what the fuck am I paying? Like, you know, 300, $500 a night to fucking get blue balls? That just seems dumb. Like,
Yeah, the
I can
strip club
surely
thing.
afford a cheaper hooker than that, you know, and actually get off, you know?
Yeah, the strip club thing never made a lot of sense to me either, dude.
Oh, yeah, I did it the one time, and then I was like, yeah, I'm never going back to one of those. That's just a waste of money, and it's not really that great.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I fucking, when we left, my pant leg was all fucking wet from stripper cooch. That's not.
Fuck.
Yeah, that sounds. Maybe that sounds hot to some people, but that's fucking gross. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, and when you're like, my fucking leg feels damp from my knee to my. Oh, that fucking. That's. I don't know about that. But yeah, that was some funny shit.
Yeah, no, I've never had that happen, dude. But yeah, the only time I ever went to strip clubs was like bachelor parties. Shit, you know what I mean? Like,
That was the only reason we went. It was my friend turned like 21, right? So we were like, you can get into a strip club. Let's go do it. Then we found out he don't like black chicks.
huh, turns out he's racist.
Nah, that's not racist. He's just not into black chicks.
I know, I'm just fucking around, dude.
Fair enough. I mean, you know what? He was the same one that was like, dude, your cousin's black. Yeah, I fucking know. like,
What? What?
like, are you
Hey, anybody
sure?
tell me?
How did I miss this? I've only known him for like 23 years. It's so strange, you know. Oh man. But yeah, that was the same guy. So maybe he was a little racist. Come to think of it.
Right.
Oh,
great.
He's also the guy that got bipolar and was like, I'm going to treat bipolar by taking large doses of fish oil. And then like 6 months later, I'm getting divorced. Like, yep.
Fun times.
That bitch left him with half her debt. That's how crazy fucking marriage laws are, by the way. When she married him, she had like $6,000 in credit card debt, or even more than that, more like 12. Come to think, because she did like all sorts of stuff with the college, and she'd also go buy like fucking pet clothing.
Oh, wow.
Like a huge amount of that debt was just outfits for her cat, because her cat did not like having clothes. So, you know, she'd put clothes on the cat, it would go run outside and immediately like get rid of it somewhere where she wouldn't find it, and then come back without the clothes, so she'd just buy more clothes on her credit card, because, you know, she's not paying it back. You might as well just keep buying more stuff.
Right.
And then when they get divorced, even though it was all debt that she had prior to the marriage, he ended up having to pay half of it off.
Yeah, well, dude, that was a big thing on the when Depp got divorced or whatever from Amber Heard. The reason that it was only $7 million that he owed was because he also had to settle all the debt, and she had run up like $14 million in debt. Just in the fucking year and a half.
Fuck do you get $14 million in debt in fucking a year and a half? God damn.
Yeah, she's fucking easy bitch, dude.
Like, if you gave me an unlimited supply of money in a year, I could probably only spend like $1 million or $2 million or something like that. Maybe $3 million.
Yeah, dude.
Because I'd be like, oh, I want a van and a nice fucking, like, you know, electric car and a fucking house. All right, yeah, put a pool in the back. We good. Like, that's all I can imagine ever wanting.
Yeah, and but no, she knew what she was doing, dude.
God
damn. She knew he was gonna get tired of her shit eventually.
What was it? There was
figured I'm just gonna milk this for as long as I can.
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, she's borderline personality, so whatever the most disturbing, trashiest thing is probably it.
Yeah.
On the upside, Harrison Ford is actually a pretty decent guy, apparently.
Oh yeah, I missed that. I didn't see what that was, dude.
Yeah, because you were like, you sent me the video of like the car crash, and then that got me watching a bunch of other shit. Or not the car crash, the Concorde plane crashing thing. And
right.
And one of them was this guy that just does air traffic control and pilots talking together on radio, and just like reviews it and explains it and lets you listen in on some of the crazier, wackier shit. And sometimes there's like video clips so you can actually see how, you know, what was going on or whatever. And right. Harrison Ford landed on a taxiway, which is definitely not okay. Like, you're really not supposed to. And so the general way it works is air traffic control, if you as a pilot fuck up and you're going to get like this, what equates to a ticket or potentially like a big fine or something, because you really fucked up, to be like, yeah, so please hold after you land for a number that you're going to need to call. We have to discuss this situation further. And so he landed on the taxiway, and they're like, you landed on taxiway J as opposed to the runway plane or whatever. Like, when you get a moment, we're going to need you to copy this number that you're going to have to call, because we're going to discuss this further. And he's like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Like, and then apparently they had a clip of him after he called, and he's like, yeah, I'm the stupid fuck that landed on a taxiway. I don't know what happened. I was distracted, and I should have been paying more attention. He was totally conciliatory. And you're like, oh, okay, he's not an asshole. All right, cool. Because you could imagine, like somebody like Amber Heard specifically, I was thinking, like that bitch would land on the taxiway and be like, not only did I should I be able to do that, you have to pay me to do it. You know, like.
Right. You should pay me for the privilege of me landing on the taxiway.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I made your taxiway famous. Oh, man. Or she'd show up and poop on your taxiway. As a joke.
Right.
Ha ha.
Little joke that went wrong.
Have some human feces. What a funny joke.
That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, man.
That is so fucking disturbing, dude.
That's the thing that's gonna fucking stick with her till she dies. Like that poor fuck with the gerbil up the ass thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Which,
everybody.
I don't think ever actually happened.
No, that guy never put a gerbil up his ass. That's definitely never happened. That was the dumbest fucking thing. Like, no, what would you get out of it? There's no sexual thing to get out of that. That's so weird. But no, he never did the gerbil thing. But she definitely did the poop thing, and it's going to stick with her just as much, I think. There's no way to wipe that sin away.
Since she actually did it, so seems fair.
See, I always heard that the dude Richard Gere stuffed the gerbil up his butt and then injected it with cocaine. And so it would get really twitchy and die. Like it would go into spasms and seizures and shit before it died.
Oh, gotcha.
Like that was the brand of rumor that was going around when I was a kid. And
I never even heard that far into it, dude.
Well, that's what made it sound more real when I was that young. It was like, there's no way this many details is fake. You know?
You had not yet seen Amber Heard testify, so you weren't familiar.
Yeah, it was. I had
so much detail is suspicious.
Yeah, it was pretty dumb on my part, but yeah, that was that whole thing was fucking wacky. Of course, what was it? There was I think it was Robert Palmer's song called "Tell Me I'm Not Dreaming." That, as a small child, I thought was "Do It on the Toilet." And so, my mom was one day, my parents were driving us up to see my grandma in San Francisco, which is an hour and some odd away from our house. And the song comes on, and they hear me in the back going, "Do it on the toilet," and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I just thought this dude was really into potty training or something. I mean,
oh yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, a 5 or 6 year old, that's totally reasonable. This guy's really proud of shitting in a toilet. He totally reasonable conclusion.
Yeah. I'm right here, guys. Come on. Follow me. Follow me. Come on. There we go. Sorry, I'm playing the Shadow of Mordor.
Shadow of Mordor?
Yeah. The mission is one where you gotta fucking kill 20 enemies in 2 minutes or something. So your best option is to a shitload of them chasing you and then blow something up. You can shoot stuff, you know what I mean, for explosions and it knocks them all out, basically.
Some sort of AoE thing, so you can just knock a whole bunch of them out real hard and fast.
Yeah, because basically the timer doesn't start until you kill an enemy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically kill one enemy and then fucking the timer starts and then you explode something.
Yeah, but if you can kill 15 in one shot, then that other 5 is real easy, yeah. I mean, you obviously, preferably, you want all 20 in one shot, but...
Come on, get over here. Gotta get motherfucker. Okay, there we go. Clock started.
Oh, you know what's kind of funny is watching black people react to the Righteous Brothers.
Oh.
like Unchained Melody and You've Lost That Love and Feeling, that set of brothers. And
yeah,
almost universally, when they just hear it, they're like, "Oh, those are brothers," you know, like they black.
right.
And then it's like, "Oh no!" It's so funny to watch it when they're like, "Holy shit, they white." But man, hearing those guys singing and you're just like, God damn. Like I enjoy my karaoke and everything, but like I can't even imagine trying to fucking sing like that for a karaoke song. Like Unchained Melody or You've Lost That Love and Feeling, their two big ones are just so fucking crazy.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I probably shouldn't be doing something this intensely as I'm trying to fucking do a podcast, so let me at least finish this mission. I'll do my best to pay attention.
Sure. Sure, that's what they all say.
I fucking hate the archer fuckers, dude, because they'll stand way the fuck out. Just fucking throw spears at you.
Oh, that does sound kind of annoying.
Doing this wrong? Oh, I need 2 more kills. Okay. Damn it. Over. Fucking. God damn it. Okay, there we go.
Getting angry.
No, I need 1 more kill, and I kept fucking up. I was getting pissed. Come on, dude. You did 34, no problem. The 35th one was being a pain in the ass. Oh, he doesn't like the Caragors. Okay. Well, wait him to get close and then release the fucking beast.
Ooh, savage.
Yeah, it's like each like war chief or whatever, has like strengths and weaknesses. Some of them you can do a stealth kill and just fucking immediately kill them without really having to fight them. Some of them it's like if you hit them in the head with a fucking an arrow, they die right away. Some of the other ones. Oh yeah, and this one is basically again he's afraid of the Caragors, which are kind of like the wargs, like the werewolves or whatever.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. The wargs.
Yeah, like the werewolf type thing. Oh, he spotted me. What's he got? Oh, he's got a fucking bow. Great. Alright, hold on. I gotta let the Caragor loose. Wait for him to see it. Alright, there we go. He spotted the Caragor. Jesus, there's too many fucking enemies around me. Yeah, now I gotta catch him before he fucking escapes.
No, you don't want him to escape. That is bad news.
Alright, finally. So yeah, basically, towards the end of the game, you have to because you can brand the bad guys, any of them. So they're basically on your side now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they'll walk around like normal, until if a fight breaks out, then they'll fucking start fighting for you. It's kind of weird.
Oh, that's kind of nice though.
Yeah, they're all incognito until shit happens, and then they're like, damn. These huge sections that are just branded all the enemies. So there's nobody to fight unless 1 or 2 non-branded ones run through.
Fight them all.
I should probably hook it up to fucking broadcasting because it is, it's probably fun to watch. I would imagine.
What? Oh, the game you're playing?
Yeah. I should probably figure out how to do that. It can't be that complicated.
You would have to be the one that hosts, as far as I know. No, you could stream it. You could stream it to the Discord call if you're playing it on your laptop.
No, I'm not.
Well then yeah, I have no idea how you would do that. Yo, what's up, St. Jeffrey?
Right. Oh yeah, dude, I was gonna say you probably should see about if it's possible to like simulcast to like Odyssey or fucking Rumble or something, because it is just a matter of time before they.
Rumble costs money.
Oh, Rumble costs money. Okay.
Yeah, if you want to live stream on Rumble, it costs like a monthly fee. I don't really want to give them $30 a month.
Yeah, I hear you.
And it's like if you want content, that's not the way to get it. Making people pay to fucking upload on your stuff, it's just dumb.
Yeah, it's good luck, Rumble.
Yep. And as far as Odyssey, I don't know. I don't know how we could possibly do it on both. Just because of the simple fact that I don't know how to make it stream onto two platforms at once. Like, it doesn't seem to be able to do that.
Oh, gotcha.
Or maybe you have to buy like software for that, where you like set it up and stream it to multiple different platforms at the same time. Because I'm sure there's people that put stuff on like YouTube and Twitch at the same time, or like that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, there's definitely people that stream to multiple platforms. I think anybody who's making money at it is usually streaming. But yeah, that $30 a month is roughly $30 a month more than we make. So it's like a poor investment.
Yeah, that would be a very poor investment.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about is, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but if they completely nuke the channel, like all those videos are gone, Or
yeah.
Videos and shit.
Yeah,
and I'm thinking what's going to happen is once we die, we're going to become insanely famous.
Oh, and you want the channel to still be there?
Yeah.
Oh no. Probably not going to happen that way. Just, I don't know, call it a
hunch. Gives me a happy, warm feeling to think that. That's funny. He commented, the game that I play, the online game or whatever, there's an event called War of Odymnium. So the acronym for it is WOO.
War of Odymnium, yeah.
So no, when I saw Stenchaver's comment, I was like, ooh. Probably not talking about that though, if I had to guess.
And then, in the movie that Satan refuses to believe exists, Joe versus the volcano. The volcano is the Wapani Woo.
Nice.
Yeah, that's an obscure fucking reference.
We should start telling him that One Piece doesn't exist.
I refuse to believe One Piece exists. Yeah, I watched 60 episodes, but nah.
I'm pretty sure that was just some weird fever dream.
God, that is such a great movie. Joe versus the volcano, so fucking fun.
I don't think I've ever actually watched it, dude. I definitely am aware of its existence, and it's, what is it, they let him spend a shitload of money, but at the end of the year he gets thrown in the volcano or something?
So the basic premise, spoilers for this movie, guys.
Oh,
spoilers, yeah. Let people know in case they don't want to spoil it. The movie from like 40 years ago. It opens up in one of the best film openings I've ever seen. It really just paints everything so fucking clearly in the first 2 minutes of the movie. And it's this guy going into this horrible day job, working in this shitty office with a bunch of retards. And you can tell he's miserable and hates his life. And then it goes to him. He goes to the doctor. The doctor's like, "Yo, you got a brain cloud, my man. You got like 6 months to live." And he's like, "Oh, well, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was that bad," because he was apparently in some sort of firefighting thing that he could have gotten something from. So now he's got brain cloud. And then as soon as he gets back to his apartment, there's this rich dude there who's like, "Hey, so I heard about your situation, coincidentally." And
Right.
offers him, "I'm going to give you I got these 4 credit cards. You do whatever the fuck, charge whatever you want on them, go to eat out, get the best whatever. But at the end of the 6-month period, you gotta willingly jump into the Waponi Woo, this volcano. I need you to jump into the volcano because this island full of people, they're only going to give me the rights to mine this incredibly important mineral out of there if somebody sacrifices themselves by jumping into the volcano, because these people believe that if they don't sacrifice somebody, the volcano is going to erupt and kill them all. And that's the only way I get the rights to mine there." And he's like, obviously I wouldn't be able to find anybody, but in this particular set of circumstances, what are the odds that we would get, such a good match? So then this guy goes through this period, all this interim of like getting like travel cases and clothes and going to restaurants and getting hairs cut and, nice suits made and all that kind of shit. And, then he goes and gets on a boat and goes out to jump into the volcano and jumps into the fucking volcano.
That's fair.
But he does,
You bet. Especially he was going to die anyway. Why not?
Well, well, he wasn't going to die anyway. As it turns out, that's all a bunch of bullshit because, volcano spits him and the girl back out. Because, he met a girl on the boat that was taking him over there, and they fell for each other, so she's like, "I'm going to marry you, and then we're going to jump into the volcano together." And he's like, "All right, I guess." And so they jump in, the volcano erupts, spits them back out. They survive. Waponi Woo is gone. All the people are dead because of the volcano. And then it turns out she's the daughter of the guy who paid him. And she's like,
wow.
"Wait, what doctor told you had a brain cloud? I've never even heard of a brain cloud." And he tells her, and she's like, that's my dad's doctor. He doesn't even see private patients. Like, he only works for my dad. And, you might want to get a second opinion. Maybe brain cloud is bullshit.
I thought you said brain clot when you first said it.
Oh, I mean, either way. Oh, yeah, brain cloud, yeah.
Okay.
Either way, it's a monstrous situation.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a trippy fucking movie, and even knowing that, I would still say definitely, if you ever have a chance, to totally go watch it. It's fucking hilarious. Meg Ryan plays 3 different girls in the movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then there's Tom Hanks, and really Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
Together. Yeah, I was gonna say there's so many fucking Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan movies.
They just have this working chemistry that's phenomenal, and I don't even think they ever fucked. They're both happily married to other people, and they're the two that are two of those people in Hollywood who I believe have had really really long-term marriages.
Yeah. Probably not married to. Are they either of them married to other actor or actresses?
I don't know.
Probably not, if I had to guess.
Let's see. Tom Hanks' wife, Rita Wilson.
Sounds like somebody. Rita Wilson.
Was married to her until 1988.
Right.
Oh no, they're still married.
Oh, okay. They're probably married from 1980
Rita
till
Wilson
now.
made her TV debut in 1972 as as Pat Conway on Brady Bunch.
Oh yeah, I totally remember that.
They met on the set of Bosom Buddies in 1981. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, Hanks was married to his college school sweetheart when he met her. So apparently they got married on 88. In 88,
All
and
right.
that's who they've
Goes
been
on
married
at it.
to.
She basically retired, I'm guessing, and became a housewife.
I would imagine she took a step back, yeah, because they have a bunch of
Mm.
kids, and
Yeah,
you
Chet
know,
Hanks, dude, the fucking wigger rapper, dude. And make sure he's growing up all right.
and let's be real, like obviously, uh, like it doesn't matter, what she's making.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tom Hanks, I'm guessing, yeah, is making enough to support a
Yeah,
single income
exactly.
family.
Yeah, no, I think Tom Hanks has got it. Especially when like fucking Pabst Blue Ribbon is his fucking beer of choice.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
Jesus,
he's
dude's
definitely
not.
not wasting
Yeah,
money on artisanal fucking brews or whatever. Small bat, what do you call them? Microbrewery shit. Yeah, this is $60 a bottle. It's great.
yeah.
Some stupid shit like that.
Well,
Yeah.
Tom Hanks could fucking open his own fucking brewing company and like sell small amounts of the beer that he doesn't drink out of whatever batches he has made for himself.
Yeah, yeah, he's got microbrewery money for sure.
Oh, he could. Yeah, I'm sure he could be running like like his own restaurant, his own microbrewery, his own fucking wine company or whatever. Vineyard. He could probably have a vineyard or two under his fucking belt.
Yeah, yeah, he's doing all right. Oh no, she's been in a decent amount. Okay. Wow, she was in Sleepless in Seattle. So that was again obviously a Hanks and Ryan movie.
You
Go
know,
all the way. Runaway Bride. Okay, she does acting every once in a while. It's like
eh,
every
she's
four or
just not
five
as
years.
successful as he is, which is why it works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
I'm assuming it's basically a case of yeah. If an opportunity presents itself, she can play a minor role or whatever.
and people are probably happy to have her because she's Tom Hanks's wife, and it never hurts to have a network. Like build your network and all that. So even though he may not be having anything to do with that film, like you still have a kind of a vague, if there's ever a potential situation, maybe you could get to him by having her in your film. So that's
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
helping.
yeah. If you go over budget, you can, hey, your husband can pitch in on it here. Give him a producer credit.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of I believe Tom Hanks runs an independent film company, like that produces and stuff does films. And like that would probably be like, hey, maybe if I'm really good with his wife, she might, next time he's talking about looking for a director for this, that, or the other thing for his own private company, I might get in there and get in with Tom Hanks, and that could really make a difference in my career. you know,
Yeah, not a bad play.
gotta get
There's
that
a,
networking.
apparently there's apparently a movie that's called Zootopia.
Nice.
Oh man, I gotta look up the synopsis on this one, dude.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want to see Zootopia?
Zootopia. Zootopia. Isn't it Tom Arnold, Jennifer? Wow, there's a lot of well-known people in there, dude. Holy shit.
Well,
Uh,
funny shit used to sell.
yeah, romantic comedy centered on a Gentile who pretends to be Jewish in order. Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh shoot, Abrams. Tom Arnold was in it. The other ones I saw. John Lovitz, Jennifer Love Hewitt. I like She was in Just Shoot Me. She was like the
No, yeah.
whatever the fuck. Did you ever watch that show? Just Shoot Me. Oh,
I
never
know I've
mind.
seen
I
an
forgot.
episode here and there, but I don't know if I didn't watch it like
That's
religiously. But I've definitely
I'm
seen
trying
like
to
more
think
than a
what
few
else.
episodes.
Yeah, it's the one where David Spade's like this. David Spade
Yeah,
plays like the smart ass like receptionist or whatever.
yeah. It's definitely one of those
Yeah.
things where you see like like just every once in a while you're watching something and that comes on afterwards. You're like, oh, this isn't terrible.
Yeah, it was a decent show, dude.
Yeah,
That one, news radio is kind of like that too. I feel like
yeah.
I
News
like
radio is
the
another one of those ones
I
where
like
it's
both
like
of
you're not going to avidly like, oh, I got to be at home Thursday at 7:30 p.m. every fucking Thursday on the button because I want to watch that fucking news radio. But
them.
if you
Yeah,
finish
but
watching
if
an
it's you
episode or
happen to be
whatever
home,
else and it was on, you're like, well, this is all right. We'll stay here.
I don't regret watching that. That was decent.
Yeah,
Yeah, that kind of shit.
yeah. You get some good laughs out of it, but it's not like the fucking Michael J. Fox show. You know, the one where he's like the spin guy.
Oh yeah, Spin City, right? I think that's
Yeah,
the
Spin
actual name
City.
of it. Yeah, Spin City.
You know, like that one. You were
Yeah.
like, oh, it's Michael J. Fox. That he was such a big thing at the time that you were like, I'm gonna be here every fucking night to watch this for sure.
Yeah. hmm We just did like I don't know, way more than 6 degrees of separation there. We strung a lot of shit together.
Oh no, it's all
I
going
want to go
wrong.
back and see how all that connected because it actually, I think it actually somehow did.
It's all because of Jim Carrey. I just wanted
Yeah.
to throw
Or
something
Tom
else
Hanks.
in that didn't really have any connection. Throw off the math. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
rewatching the fucking the Beastmaster. I'm like
The
an
one
hour and
where
a
they
half
actually
through it.
change. Wait, is that the one where he actually changes into animals?
No. It's the one
Oh,
where he
that's
gets kidnapped from the dad who's a king, and then like by transferring the baby from the mom to a fucking cow, and then like this guy comes along and stops the witch from taking him out of the cow and murdering him.
oh
So he
wow,
gets
okay,
raised, and he's like, but because he was in the cow, he's got like a connection to animals. He can like talk and see through their eyes and talk to them and all that shit.
all right. I don't know what I was thinking of.
It's like a Conan the
That
Barbarian, but if Conan was kind of like a less tough guy who also had a tiger, a hawk, and a couple of ferrets to do all his extra stuff for him.
ah, oh, you can like connect with their minds, like see what they're seeing. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the
he
kind
can
of
see
thing?
through their
Okay,
eyes. He can hear what they're thinking. They can hear what he's thinking. Like at one
okay.
point, he
This thing is
sends the hawk to carry like two of the ferrets up into like a gatehouse to open a gate by chewing through a rope. You know,
oh, yeah, yeah, makes sense.
because he's got magical powers with the animals. It's a fun one. It's a really fun fucking movie, and there's like two sequels that are just awful and so fun to watch. Like I forget what the second one is, but the third one is he ends up traveling through time to the present.
Nice.
You know, with his tiger and his fucking hawk and his ferrets and shit. And
That's
that's a
plausible.
fucking 80s extravaganza right there, dude. Like holy shit.
Nice.
Nice. Oh shit, I got laundry to do. Fuck.
No samage, dude. How long's the break? I mean,
Huh?
how long do you think it'll take you?
Oh, it'll take me like a good 5 minutes. Then I gotta take some stuff out and start another load, get stuff out of the dryer, get stuff in the wash into the dryer.
All right.
I don't really need to do it right now though. I can do it later. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's just uh
Yeah. All right, whatever, dude. You can go, and I can do nothing. I'll talk about my son's dog.
Oh God, no. We'll pass. There's actually, I think there might even be a viewer.
That's probably me, dude. I was trying to follow along in the chat. Turns out there's nobody there anymore.
No. Oh, I saw that this is a weird thing I keep seeing in Twitch that just doesn't make sense to me. Why do people get mad if you make a comparison between them and somebody else that's also in like the same field? Like in a chat, like why is that something you would get mad at? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, what specifically was the? Or can you not say?
Oh, it's like these like VTubers keep getting new members, and somebody's like, oh, it's like that other VTuber, but with like a different haircut or like a different personality or something, because they have like a similar voice, and it's like I don't understand why that would be inappropriate. Why that would
anger the VTuber? Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Unless you're like a crazy fucking narcissist or something.
Which they probably obviously are.
I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense to me, because it's like, why would I give a shit? It's like, if you're talking about Sargon of Akkad, you're also going to think about like, well, there's also Ben, what's his name, the little Jew boy.
Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro, and then there's Steven Crowder, and then like, there's all these other people that are similar to Sargon of Akkad. And you're going to be like, oh yeah, Sargon of Akkad's kind of like Ben Shapiro, but like more British, Like, I don't understand why anybody would give a shit. Yeah. Like, it's just such a weird thing to get mad at. But, like, you can get banned from their streams for saying shit like that, apparently. Like, they get mad about it. They even have, like, announcements of, like, you should never compare anyone to anyone else. And I'm like, that's just dumb. Like, who cares?
Yeah, that's pretty fucking ridiculous, dude.
Why is the dog sitting on a screen door in that second photo?
It's not a door. It's an actual screen for like a window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, at my son's mom's house, my ex's house, there's like two or three of them in the side yard just laying there, and they've been laying there for a fucking pretty long period of time. But yeah, I just thought that was a funny picture. They just decided to stop. The one above it, I don't know if you noticed his back legs, the way they're kind of splayed out at a fucking weird.
Oh yeah, the little dogs do that when they're not quite used to walking on hard floors yet, and they can't quite get purchase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he just laid down like that.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I have video, but obviously it's too big to fucking be sent through. But yeah, he's just sitting. He just laid down like that, dude. It's fucking weird.
What was it? In high school, I went with a buddy, and we got paid to put together some furniture for his grandma. And she had a cat that would just sit upright like a person. And like, there was like, he had a chair in the living room, and the cat would just sit like in the chair, like with its back against the backrest. Like a little human being with its little fucking paws up and stuff. It was so weird. And it was like a super fat cat too. It was like one of those like big fucking swollen looking ones.
Oh, right.
So I'm sure that had like something to do with it, but it was one of those things where you're like, not what you would expect. Yeah, you want to.
Right. It's fucking crazy, dude. Yeah, but yeah, the main reason, well, besides the weird leg thing, his back legs, he decided to splay out like that when he fucking laid down. All right, so basically the other day, you see the fencing there? It's roughly, I don't know, 2.5, maybe 3, probably like 2 to 2.5 feet high, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other day, I was taking him back to put him back in his cage in the room or whatever, and I step over that, and basically, when I'm stepping over it with my back foot, it catches, like I fucking don't, I put my back foot down too soon, and it catches on that, and it makes me fucking like start falling. I have the dog in my fucking right hand, my right arm, as this is happening.
Oh no!
I'm trying to so I'm trying to catch myself, and I fucking hit that damn fence like twice, trying to pull it over, and kept yanking it forward. So I'm falling down. Like I basically need like I'm trying to stop myself with one hand because the dog's in the other hand. But at a certain point, like I'm going down and I need my other hand. Otherwise, I'm going to fall and I'm going to crush this thing, the puppy. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to fall on the puppy.
Yeah,
So I
yeah, and
have to
definitely
fucking
that's not going to be cool for either of you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I fucking at the last second I have to let him go. So I fucking had to put him out and just drop him. And
Oh
then grab
no.
with my other hand to make sure I didn't fall on top of him and smash him. And then I'm like, oh god, damn, that was close. And I looked down, and the fucking puppy was like standing there, favoring his back right leg, and like like whimpering, like doing that whining whimpering thing they do.
Oh no.
Oh my god, I felt, dude, you cannot fucking imagine, or maybe you can. I mean, I felt
Oh yeah.
so fucking horrible,
I,
dude.
I
I
took
felt
a
like
fall when
such
I
a
was
piece of
holding
shit.
my little sister once when she was a baby.
Oh jeez,
Yeah, so I can totally
yeah, that
understand
was
how
the
you
worst.
feel. You're like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god, this is gonna be the worst thing
Dude.
ever.
Yeah. So like I fucking picked him up, dude, and I was like holding him because she was super shook up, obviously. You know what I mean? And it turned out his leg and everything were fine because like I could kind of tell he was still favoring it for a little bit. He might have been just wanting me to feel guilty. I'm not sure. But the like I was kind of like applying pressure up and down his right leg, and he wasn't reacting at all. I was like, okay, he might have strained it or sprained it or something, but he's got to be fine. Otherwise, he'd be yelping, when I hit whatever was fucked up. But for the rest of that night, he was like super subdued, and normally he's got crazy puppy energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But dude, I was like, Jesus, I hope I didn't give him like a concussion or something. But basically, by the next day, he was fine. So, but dude, until I knew for sure that he was like back to normal the next day, I was like, oh my god, please tell me I didn't fuck this puppy up. I didn't give him brain damage or some permanent damage there.
Oh yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
he's
Oh
back
yeah.
to being his crazy puppy self. That was that was nice.
Yeah. I
Still
know
trying to break him
for.
of the biting habit.
Oh yeah, yeah. You gotta really break them young. You don't want them to learn to bite people. You want to definitely break that
Yeah,
fucking habit.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, he would never, or not never, but hardly ever would he really apply any pressure. He would just bite until he like kind of felt something and stop. So it was a play bite. But every once in a while, he'd be like super excited and he would bite down kind of hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for the longest time, I was letting him do it. It's fucking cute, or you know what I mean? It's fucking funny, kind of cute or whatever.
No,
Um,
you gotta nip that shit
yeah,
in the
no,
bud.
yeah, I didn't go with it very long because yeah, my son was like, yeah, we got to stop him from doing that.
Yeah,
And I'm
because
like, yeah, but
you
he's not
can't
biting
keep
down.
doing
It's a
it.
play bite. Yeah, and I'm like, oh wait, yeah, he does sometimes bite hard, and as it gets bigger, those things are gonna start fucking hurting.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely
Um,
stop being cute real fast.
yeah, yeah. So because I mean, I guess it was probably like about a week and a half maybe that had let him do it as a young puppy. He's gotten a lot better about it, but he's still, again, when he gets excited, he goes into I want to bite mode.
Yeah.
But it's at least getting to the point where you tell him to stop, and he stops after a few seconds. Like it was taking like a good minute and a half, 2 minutes. Like, hey, settle the fuck down, puppy. But now he's getting it, within 5, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever. Um, but yeah, it's a cute little pupper.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys ever need like some emergency protein, no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're just growing them for that. It's like growing plants, except it's got
Oh, they
legs
actually
so you
do
can
that
walk
shit
around.
in fucking like China and Korea and stuff, dude. I don't know.
All right. I feel like this one's too cute. He's a pretty adorable little puppy.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not a big fan of having pets, but man, I can't imagine not. I cannot imagine eating them. That would be
Yeah,
like, no, I don't think I could do that.
yeah, that would be a fish. How do you raise something like that and fucking yeah, just kill it off and eat it? Ugh. I guess if it's between that and starving, but I get the feeling that's not really the case.
I don't know that even if I was starving to death, I would really have what it takes to be like, well, I guess I gotta eat this animal.
yeah. I mean, neither. Yeah. This, I think I would rather like starve to death and let the dog eat me before I can kill the
Yeah,
fucking dog.
yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
But yeah, my son took him with him. Like he takes him with him to the store, and people are constantly stopping him. Like, he took it to the one where he works at, and that makes sense. Obviously, the people that work there are gonna fucking stop him.
Oh,
But
like,
yeah, we went
hey,
to
we
the
want to
other
see your
one.
dog, you know?
Yeah, yeah. He actually took him to the other one, the other because there's two of the the place that he works at. There's two of the fries stores.
Ah,
Took it to the other one, and just like customers were constantly stopping him and shit.
oh, damn.
Yeah, he's a pretty cute little pupper. He's super friendly too. He doesn't do the biting thing with strangers. You know what I mean? It's pretty much just me and my son.
See, that would be something I would be really concerned about with the biting is like, what if he bites somebody else and gets too
Yeah,
excited
no.
and bites him hard, then I gotta go have a dog put down, you know?
Yeah, no. It's a total like I said. It's like an affection thing for him. I think.
It probably is. It's
Um.
probably like bonding behavior or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause,
I don't
a
know
lot
that
of the
much about
times,
dogs.
yeah, it's difficult to because even when we're like yelling at him or like kind of pushing him away, he thinks we're playing with him. Not, instead of thinking, hey, I need to stop what I'm doing. They're using a very stern voice here, so it's hard to because I don't want to fucking smack. I don't want to have to fucking smack him. You know what I mean? My son doesn't want to have to smack him. I don't want to have to actually hurt him to stop him from fucking doing it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he's getting it anyway. So it just takes longer. You know what I mean? For him to
Yeah.
get the point.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I mean, I would much rather take more time to train a dog than smack it. I mean, the most we ever did with our dogs is push him away with your foot or something.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like you gotta be
Yeah,
like,
but see, the problem with that on this one is pushing away with your foot. He thinks you're playing, and he's coming back and biting your foot.
yeah, see,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So, we almost have to like hold him down until he's uncomfortable. So it's not really hurting him, but it's unpleasant for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he'll realize he can't get up, and he'll start whining. So that's like the only thing we can really think of to do. It's not actually hurting him, but it's making him uncomfortable.
Yeah, you could bite his nose.
Yeah, that's what I've heard that a couple times, dude.
Because
Just bite him back.
that's what the parents will do with the puppies. They'll nip them on the nose
Oh,
if they're
really?
crossing a line. At least I'm pretty sure.
Hmm. I don't want to do that either.
Well,
Think
I
that's
mean,
stupid.
you're already breaking the behavior. I don't know if it fucking matters. I don't think you need to bite him on the
Yeah,
nose.
yeah. And he's almost there. So
Yeah, yeah. If you're already training him out of it and it's working, I wouldn't change what you're doing now. That's just because there's other options, unless it's like way easier than what you're doing and you want to do it. Otherwise, I would be like, nah, you working now.
mm, yeah, like I said, now he's pretty much there. I think it's more or less something he's just going to grow out of. 'Cause again, when he gets excited, when he gets worked up, it's tough to get his attention about anything. You know what I mean? He's just fucking
Yeah.
crazy puppy time.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's just yeah, puppies are just puppies. That's how it is.
Yeah, they're just fucking over hyper. When they get fired up like that, man, they ain't fucking paying attention to a goddamn thing, dude. Yeah, dude. The other day he was okay. So the spot where the first picture I put in that little hardwood floor section going into the carpet. The other day he ran like from one end of the room over to that corner, right? And then he starts coming back. He's all hyper, right?
Mm.
He fucking slips on the hardwood, right? His front two paws slip on the hardwood. They go under him, so they're like so like his face is or chin or face are in the ground, and his front legs are kind of bent back under him. But his back legs kept going. They
Oh,
like
okay.
scooted along for like 2 feet just with his front, with his fucking face in the fucking carpet.
Oh no.
It was fucking funny. Like it didn't seem to hurt him, but it was just like, dude, he didn't, recognize right away that he should probably stop his back legs from moving.
Yeah, puppies are awesome.
Yeah,
They haven't figured
it
out
was a
how
lot
to
of fun.
dog quite yet, so you get to watch them like learning how to dog.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He picked up the potty training surprisingly quickly. Like it was probably like a week where he realized he should only be shitting outside. He would still pee in the cage, and my son, like, even at night, he would have a pee pad like on his bed. He
Oh,
would pretty much always pee on the pee pad. Or when he was in the cage, he would pee, pee there. But now it's been, I think I've had him for about a month, and he already knows, like, he already stopped peeing or shitting in the cage. Like, he waits until he goes outside
oh,
to
nice.
piss and shit. So yeah, like within a month, dude, he's pretty much got that all figured out.
Well, that's
He was,
hey, that's a smart dog, and also good consistency of training. If you're doing it correctly and you're doing it consistently.
yeah, yeah, because I would make sure, yeah, anytime you piss or shit outside, you would just praise him a lot,
Yeah, yeah,
and yeah,
exactly.
so and yeah, he really does seem to be a really smart dog. It's pretty
It's
normal for
like
them to
what is it?
go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say it's like when dogs get out and the loose, and you got to call them back to you. You
All
don't yell
right,
at them.
right.
You don't. You call them like enthusiastically, and then when they come back, you reward them like profusely.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
otherwise, because the next time they'll come back quicker, and so on. Instead of like yelling at them and then being mean and telling them to go in the house and still being angry at them. Because then, like,
Yeah,
why are they gonna
yeah.
want to come back to you, dummy? Like,
Right, right.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like fucking. I see so many people doing that shit, and I'm like, you're training your dog to stay away longer, dum dum. Just tell him, like, be really happy to get him back.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude, this little fucker, um, yeah, last night, like, because it got like super windy, so there was some kind of tissue had blown out of like a garbage bag, right?
Yeah.
And fucking this little fucker knows he's not supposed to have it, right? So as soon as he grabs it, he fucking bolts across the fucking yard because he knows he's not supposed to. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
have to fucking try to chase him down. Like, no, give me that, and then
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
fucking gone.
He's
Running
fucking
after him, he
done. Yeah.
fucking runs to the other side. Yeah, I'm like, you little fucking asshole. It's kind of adorable, but it's like kind of like frustrating at the same time. Because dude, he had it. Actually, I think he actually had it stacked because there was like a pile of it was like two blankets like kind of piled up, and he had it kind of it was wedged kind of in between, like up against the side of the house and those blankets. And basically, he was standing there and he just grabbed it immediately, fucking bolted. I'm like, I think he was hiding that back there, and he just at that moment wanted it, so he fucking grabbed it and just took off.
He was like, now the fat man is out here. I am going to play with him with the bag.
He's like, I really want this, and I know he doesn't want me to have this.
I have a
I'm
new
going to
game to
fucking.
play.
It is by far the fastest he ever moves, dude. When he does shit like that.
Because he
I wish I
knows.
could share the fucking some of these videos, dude, because dude, he was going after these plants, dude. I guess I don't know if honestly I'm not that familiar with puppies or dogs and that shit, but he'll fucking bite the shit out of plants, like eat not just grass, but just any green plants, basically. And there was
Huh.
like this bunch, like this matted mass of plants that was like around the hose area, because that gets more water because the hose is right there.
Yeah, usually dogs will eat grass, but that's about it. Like, they won't fuck with most other stuff.
No, okay, this one will take on any plants, dude.
Oh,
Um,
weird.
so basically, dude, there's just because
Well,
he
I mean, they
grabs
are
it.
omnivorous. They can't eat anything. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, yeah, it's not that strange. But yeah, there's this huge mess, and it's all matted together and just put, and he's just fucking yanking on it, dude, pulling it, pulling it, pulling it, and pulls it all the way off. And I'm like, because my son doesn't really want him eating anything like that. Um, but again, it's pretty normal. I was just like, dude, you gotta
Yeah, I
give
think a
this dog
certain amount
some
of grass is pretty normal. Yeah. I don't know about, like, all the
Yeah,
plants, though. That might not be so good for them.
Yeah, yeah. There might be something that he's eating that gets him high because he acts like really weird sometimes at night after he's fucking messed with the plants for a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some gypsum. I don't know what gypsum looks like, but I think that can get animals high.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't it fuck up or kill humans? Like you can
Yeah,
smoke it or something, like weird.
right. Yeah, probably. I assume if it's getting, yeah, if it gets one mammal high, it's probably getting another mammal high.
Yeah, I remember there was like a Law and Order episode where somebody like did some gypsum and like fucking murdered his friend or some shit.
Oh, Jesus, dude. Yeah, that's when he just kind of runs around all weird and fucking.
Oh yeah, well I'm sure it's probably not that bad IRL. It's just like their way of making people afraid to do
Yeah, to fuck with
drugs.
it. This gypsum stuff grows fucking everywhere. So, people, how horrible it is that you'll murder people if you use it.
Yeah, that is a downer. It's like I hate to be a downer, but there's a lot of murder involved with this.
Should definitely not use this. Let's see. No, not gypsum high school. What the fuck? Stop doing that, you fucking. It's fucking. It keeps filling in. Like I was just putting gypsum and high to see if there's, getting high. I guess this would be getting high.
Yay!
Yeah, I was just curious about it. I remember
Oh, the
hearing about
gypsum
that.
thing.
So
I
yeah,
don't know if that's a real thing.
yeah.
I know it was in a show. I don't know if it really works like outside of the show
Oh,
though.
it's Jimson, not gypsum. Jimson.
Oh, then maybe I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. No, it sounds very similar. So, some weed is unsafe when taken by mouth or inhaled. It's poisonous and cause many toxic effects, including dry mouth and extreme thirst, vision problems, nausea, vomiting, fast heart rate, hallucinations, high temperatures, seizures, confusion, ah, oh, loss of consciousness, breathing problems, and death.
Hmm.
Apparently has some anti right due to its easy availability and strong anti-cholinergic. That's a hard word. Cholinergic. Anti-cholinergic properties. Teens are using Jimson weed as a drug. Yeah, it can be brewed as a tea or chewed. Seed pods can be eaten. Do you have to use a word like tachycardia? What the fuck does that mean in English?
You mean heart attack?
Tachy, I assume, means fast, right? So
Tachycardia is like
faster
a heart
heartbeat.
attack. It's a small heart attack.
Okay. Dilated pupils, blurred vision, hallucinations, confusion, combative behavior. I guess that was where the killing people came in. And difficulty urinating. Okay. Like we're getting off on weird.
Yeah.
I'm leading us in weird tangents. What's happening in the world today? Let's completely non-segue into something else.
Everything is awful.
Yeah, Civil War is on the horizon. Get your tickets now.
God damn.
I still can't. I still cannot believe Liz Cheney comparing herself to Abraham Lincoln, dude.
Yeah, that is a
So
weird
fucking
one.
insane.
Like, did you think that people were just gonna be like, ah, well, I guess it's the same?
Right. I assume she's going to try to claim that it's because she's a lesbian, and it's like, no, it's because you're an awful person. That's why
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of those
you're a
those things that
terrible
like
human being.
really really bothers me is you can't just not like awful people anymore because like oh well that awful person is a gender queer gnome, like you got to
Yeah,
respect the gnomes. There's not a lot of them left. And it's like, it's because they're assholes. So I said this and that.
Yeah. Well, unless they're like straight white male or any straight males for the most part, I would say. Like white, it's definitely the straight and white male get it the worst, but
Yeah.
yeah, any straight males nowadays are kind of, disregarded. Fuck them as far as, what do you mean you're straight? You're not gay? You're not trans? Your opinion doesn't matter?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, I got an itch on my
Wow.
hairy Joe Biden legs that I don't let children play with because I'm not a fucking weirdo like Joe Biden.
Oh wow, listen to this, dude. Who's John Bolton? Why does that name sound familiar?
Some sort of politician. I know there's Michael Bolton is a musician.
Yeah.
That's like
okay. Listen, this
stuff.
is and it says AMB John Bolton. Is he I guess an ambassador of some kind? I don't know. Anyways, this was his tweet about Liz Cheney. It says Liz Cheney's loss diminishes our party by putting her constitutional responsibilities above partisanship and political future. She deserves the highest possible praise. Oh, God. Attacks against Republicans based merely on disagreements about Trump must end. Yeah, that's what happened. Ignoring her constituency and fucking being the fucking biggest rhino ever.
Yeah, that's the part that gets me is when it's like you didn't lose because people hate you or because there's a bunch of sexists. You lost because you didn't appeal to the people.
Yeah, you weren't representing your constituency. It's pretty obvious.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Now the real work begins.
Oh, the real work, huh?
Yeah, that's what she said. That she didn't really care about losing at all. Now the real work begins.
Oh, that sounds exactly what a loser would say.
Right. Oh, I wanted this to happen.
Yeah, I meant to do that.
Probably does suck, but still, you should have tried to represent the will of the Wyoming people who fucking elected you.
Man, I'm a little out of it. I'm a little tired. Did not get much sleep the last couple nights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fucking, you're gonna get up and pee, and then it's fucking hot and sweaty, and you're like, I think our AC is set to like 75 degrees, which is like not helping.
Have you tried putting the fan outside your room and drawing the air into your room? Well, you'd have to leave the door open. Yeah, you probably don't want to do that.
Not really a fan of that one.
It's pretty effective, though.
If I'm good with keeping my window open at night and then closing it in the morning, I can keep my room around 80 degrees.
Yeah, sucks.
Well, it's better than warm, 90 or 100 outside,
I guess it could be worse. Yeah.
I think a big part of it is that the thermostat is set for 75 instead of 70. I think if it was actually set for, a reasonable temperature,
cool temperature,
like we might actually get more cooling in the rooms.
What is it? Basically, your mom doesn't like it cold, or I assume.
Yeah, it's just kind of old people like everything hot and damp for some fucking reason.
Yeah. It sucks. Although, yeah, I guess it's kind of like that here. Like, if it was up to me, it would be at least 3 degrees cooler, if not 5.
Oh, maybe it's just meant to be.
I guess. Well, I think a big part of mine is the medication. You know, has me running hot anyway. It's one of the
Oh
side
yeah,
effects.
yeah, yeah. A lot of the
Yeah, it's one
psych
of the side
meds
effects.
leave our clients incapable of moderating their own body temperature as well. Like they're
Yeah,
not as good at
yeah,
it
because and I'll
anymore.
be fine sometimes. Yeah, and it's just kind of random though, dude. It's not like it's all the time. Like sometimes it's fine, then all of a sudden you'll just break out in fucking sweats. You know,
Yep.
when you're not even hot. Yeah, it sucks.
Just be how it is sometimes.
Indeed. Yeah. Do you want to call it short, dude? You tired or whatever?
I don't know, man. What else is there to talk about though? Like, is there anything we haven't covered? Like, what have we missed?
I don't know. I think the main things were
Steven Crowder is
the.
banned from YouTube.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Who else?
Just happened today or like the day before or something. He apparently had an interview with the lady that was running against Cheney, and so they banned him.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah,
It's getting pretty goddamn ridiculous, dude. Like I'm no Crowder fucking fan, but dude, that's
yeah.
ridiculous to have him banned just because he let that
Well, here's an interesting thing. Crowder's changed his tune quite a bit when it comes to conservatives in general.
Mm,
He's very much like, if you're not actually conservative, if you're not actively trying to make the country better, I have nothing to do with you, and I will actively work against you. Even if you're a Republican, I don't care.
mm.
So that's a pretty big shift for him.
So is he actually? He's becoming less YouTube friendly because it seemed like for a while he was trying to toe the
Uh,
line.
I would say he's definitely becoming less YouTube friendly. Yeah, he's starting to get kind of like, you can see he's starting to get real fucking mad.
Yeah, getting fed up, I assume.
Because, because it's like stuff that, like, the CDC has finally come out and admitted that, like, natural immunity is just as good, if not actually better than the vaccine.
Right, right. Yeah,
Right?
now that they've gotten as many people to
Yeah,
take it
now
as
that
they
they've made
could.
their billions of dollars off of our research money, because they got to make a bunch of profit when they steal our money to make a fucking product.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then order a fucking shitload for fucking years down the road, even though most of it's never going to get used.
Yeah.
Didn't Biden order like a ridiculous amount of fucking
Oh, yeah, of
uh
course. It's ridiculous. Well, the
yeah.
thing that gets me is it's like this should be all at cost.
Yeah,
You
since
know?
we paid to fucking have you invent it or
We
whatever.
pay to develop it. And this is a special set of circumstances wherein, like, because we're paying, like, the government can pay for the manufacture at cost, and then it gets given to the people for free because their money is what paid for researching and then producing it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm totally
Yeah.
fine with the government stepping in and saying, hey, this is a massive like emergency situation, so we're going to pay you to figure out how to make this medication, and then we're going to pay to have it made, and then you're not making a fucking ton of profit off it. Sorry, man, you're not selling it for 5,000% profit.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's not an emergency, sure, you want to sell your meds for crazy amounts of money, sure. As long as the government's
Yeah.
not subsidizing. And I think that's why they charge so
Yeah.
much money, is probably because there's government subsidies in a lot of healthcare stuff.
Right, right.
So,
Yeah,
there's
that's
a
putting the bill through
guarantee.
a lot of it.
Yeah, you're guaranteed to get a certain amount of money if you charge it, even if it wouldn't normally be possible because the government's throwing off the actual market value that way.
Yeah.
Kind of like how the government subsidizing college and shit like that, giving out money for college, causes problems. So it's kind of the same thing, I would imagine. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because that's been going for a fucking quite a while. Again, the tuition prices keep rising and rising because they'll keep giving those loans out.
Yeah, and they keep giving out more and more money every time they raise the prices. It's like, well, they're just going to keep raising the prices, you know? So at a certain point, you got to say, like, no. Like, you're paying too much and we're not going to pay you.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you're charging too much, not paying too much, obviously. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't want to cut it early because I'm doing my bedding. I'm washing all my bedding right now. I got all my sheets and shit in the wash right now. I put my clothes in first because I can just fold them and then get them out of the way and then keep using my laundry basket. Then I'm just gonna clean wash the pillows because you gotta wash your fucking pillows and your sheets and all that stuff every so often.
Right.
Gotta keep it from being gross. I think there's people out there that won't change their sheets for like months and months and months on end. Always seemed kind of odd to me.
Yeesh. Okay.
Well, you don't actually sleep in a bed though, right?
No, I have to sleep on the ground. It's the only thing firm enough.
So I would imagine you just have to wash that blanket every once in a while.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess it's usually 2 or 3 that are stacked up, so it's not like I'm completely sleeping directly on the ground.
Yeah.
But it's still harder than the most ultra firmest of mattresses.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think I've found a foam mattress that would even compare to having a cushion on the floor.
Alright.
My mattress right now, my own personal one, is very, very firm, and you definitely do not sink all the way into it.
Yeah, no, I've always pretty much, since my teens, I guess, had to go with an ultra firm mattress. Even before I had back problems, really. I just always preferred a firm mattress.
Well, now, especially when everything is made out of fucking memory foam, there are no regular mattresses almost. You can still find a spring mattress out there, but they're not that common.
Yeah.
If it's not firm, then it can be a real bitch to get in and out of because you're sunk so far in that it's like quicksand trying to keep you in the fucking bed.
Yeah, I cannot handle it, dude. It's like when we go to the timeshare my mom has there in Carlsbad in California.
Yeah.
I cannot sleep on the beds there. They're too fucking soft. I cannot get to sleep on them, dude.
Damn.
I have to end up sleeping on the floor.
Do you sleep on your back or something? Or?
No, I still sleep on my stomach, dude, but I have to take the shitty, really thin mattress out of the futon or the fold-away bed or whatever. I have to take
and then lay it directly on the floor
and lay it on the floor. Yeah, it's the only place I can sleep, dude. Yeah, if I try to because if I try to pull one of the regular mattresses off, even laying it directly on the floor with just a mattress, it's too fucking soft. So yeah, I literally have to use a shitty little thin mattress from the futon or whatever.
Ooh, that didn't sound very fun.
Yeah.
Although at the end of the day,
works,
you know what?
dude.
You sleep, right? And you're on vacation, so, fucking why not?
Yeah, that's the main thing, dude. It doesn't really fuck my back up, so... And I can actually get to sleep.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
It is about the super soft mattresses or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I can get to sleep, but I will not stay asleep. Actually, it's both hard to get to sleep and hard to stay asleep, so it's a bad...
Oh, lately I've been having a thing where about... I'd say... between 4 and 5 hours after I go to sleep, I always wake up right now to go take a piss. So, that's always fucking annoying. And then you gotta go back to sleep, and then you gotta fucking... If you can't always, but... It's like 4.5 hours later, you know, you like close your eyes, you're like, oh, it's fucking early. Why am I up? Oh, son of a bitch, I gotta pee again.
I wonder if that's, yeah, actually, I guess that happens to me a lot too. I wonder if that's just a part of getting older or drinking
Oh, I imagine.
liquids before I go to bed. One of the two, maybe both.
Yeah, I usually, I just have like a little fucking plastic bottle with some water in it that I sip on if I'm thirsty, but I don't like drown myself in liquids before I go to sleep.
Yeah. Although I have to do it sometimes with the sleep meds really dehydrate me. So like once I kick in, like I'm super thirsty, super fucking dry throat and shit. So I end up having to drink like a bit of water just to be comfortable.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can't always just not have anything to drink for like an hour or two and then go to sleep. That's not real.
Yeah. Indeed.
That's not at all a reasonable expectation, I should say.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, let me see what else do we got on like the Discord. Cause I had a bunch of shit that I had there that was kind of interesting.
Oh, yeah. See what we got.
Oh, the fucking... I don't know if you've ever watched it, but this guy was talking about... He tells stories that he's had sent into him by other pilots.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Was it the same guy that explained that I put the video up for... it was the Concorde, right?
No, this isn't the same guy. This is a different guy. But, like, they both do the same shit.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, I've seen a bunch of stuff from both of them now. But, the story he was telling that I thought was pretty funny was, he got to work a little early because sometimes, pilots just, for whatever reason, like, you get there, like, 6 hours, you got to be, like, 3 hours before the flight, and then you got to just fucking kill time.
Right.
Kind of nonsense, red tape bullshit sort of thing. And so he went to the plane they were going to go on, and he was like, well, you know what? I'm just going to fucking sleep in one of the rows, and you can set up the cushions to sleep if you know what you're doing, and it's fairly, comfortable enough. Like you'll get a couple more hours of sleep, no big deal. Right. And so he's sleeping now. The crew, when they don't have a lot to do, like the people that run around and like put like, maintenance and put luggage on planes and, the guy that walks along next to the wing and waves his little lightsabers at the plane. Like, they'll hang out in the cargo areas of the plane. Like, when they have free time. Like, they so much so that they've even, like, had people, like, fall asleep and end up having to, like, turn planes around because they're in the cargo section and the plane is on its way to wherever.
Wow.
And not all the cargo sections are pressurized and heated. Some of them are not. So, they can, you could die if they don't do something about it right away kind of thing. But anyway, he's sleeping and suddenly he kind of wakes up a little bit because he hears something, and it sounds like there's some people hanging out in the cargo area below him, and he's like, all right, whatever, and he goes to a little more sleep, and then a little bit later he's like, something else wakes him up, and he's like, oh, there's some people having their own little private fucking moment down there. They don't know I'm here because I've been here so long before they ever went in there. And he's like, well, shit, I don't want to, like, fuck it up because, I don't want to be like a cock block and, like, get up and walk out because they're going to hear me and then that's going to be, the end of their fucking good time. So I'll just put my headphones in and get on my phone and won't hear anything and it's all good. Well, and unfortunately, like, a few minutes later, the fucking flight attendant gets on the plane, like she does. Right. And he's like, oh, no, wait, shh. And he's thinking, well, obviously she's going to understand that I just don't want her to ruin their fun. Instead, it just looks like he's been sitting in the plane listening to these people fuck. And he doesn't want her to stop them. So she thinks he's just like some fucked up perv. Dude. I was like, oh, that'd be the fucking worst. God damn.
Yeah. Did you watch the Concorde one?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It might just be me. I found it, like, the way he explained everything was really, like, he made it really easy to understand, like fucking complicated shit.
Yeah, it sounded like there was a lot of like really dumb mistakes on a lot of parties that really combined to fuck everyone up.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's interesting, and you know it's like a good explanation when it's not like, and this motherfucker did all of it. You know what I mean? Because like, an airplane is, there's all these people doing maintenance, there's all these people doing this and that and the other thing, and it's like, yeah, it was that one guy might be the most at fault, but also, these other people should have had something to do there too, and these people over here are kind of involved, and
yeah.
Up until this point, this guy had a flawless record, so it's not like there'd ever been any other problems.
Yeah. All because that fucked up 747 part kept falling off and they didn't do anything about it.
Yep.
I guess, right? Yeah, that's what kicked up and fucked everything up. Yeah.
The Concorde, wasn't that the one where the window came off and the pilot was half out the plane? Or am I thinking of a different one?
Nah.
Because I watched a bunch of shit down. Like, it's just not that one. It was like...
Yeah. No, this was the one where basically, like, there was, I guess, some part, like a, kind of like a, what the fuck do you call them? I don't know, it's a piece of metal that, screws into whatever. But the part wasn't right, so they, like, manually were screwing holes into it. And it kept falling off like it had happened before, and they still just didn't fix it. They just put another fucked up part on it.
Okay.
Falling off and ending up on the runway.
Oh, that's not...
Yeah. The Concorde ended up, going over it, and it kicked up and fucking punctured the fuel tank, and then,
Obviously, that's incredibly dangerous, because, you fucking fuel spraying everywhere, and it caught on fire, I assume.
Yeah, and then the smoke was feeding into the intake, so it was stalling out the engine and shit. Because it was forward enough that all the black smoke was going into the fucking intake things.
Damn.
Yeah. You see huge flames coming off of the fucking, one of the wings. And then fucking, yeah. He said it was if it had happened behind the intakes, it probably wouldn't have been quite as much of an issue. Because all that black ass smoke was going into the, the air intakes, the engines.
Yeah, and those air filters can only do so much. Like, you can only filter out so much. Like, at a certain point, if you're pouring tar directly into the fucking, the air intakes, there's not much you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, and it sucks because it basically happens, like, just past the point where they can bail on the takeoff.
Oh, yeah. Because there's a certain point at which you can... Oh, well, we'll just stop and we're not taking off. It's just like...
Yeah, so they were just past that point where they had to be committed to taking off.
Yeah, that was like the perfect set of circumstances for that disaster.
Yeah. It basically ruined the Concorde. I think it was really I think there was only that one accident ever with the Concorde, and it, like, shut it down, dude. Shut down the Concorde.
But once they were able to narrow it down and say, like, this is the problem, and it will probably be another problem again, like, down the road. We'll never use it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it got grounded for, like, if I remember correctly from the video, it got shut down, like, either, like, for a year or, like, a year and a half until they could fix what the FAA or whoever covers that shit. They were like, all right, well, you need to do this, this, and this, so this, won't happen again or whatever. So yeah, but then it just basically just didn't get used that much anymore because it was such a headache to try to fix all that shit.
Yeah, fucking crazy. And you would think for, like, companies that make the kind of money that those companies make, like, it wouldn't be that difficult to fix the problem and, like, put out new parts or something,
Indeed.
No, the one I was thinking of was the one where the pilot came half out the fucking front window.
Oh, yeah, and I don't think I saw that one.
Essentially, like, there's this problem where they had to replace the windshield, so they replaced the windshield, and The maintenance guys were all busy, so the guy who runs the maintenance department is the one who did it. And because he's the one who did it, there was no one there to really check his work other than him.
All right.
Which is, obviously fucking dumb. But whatever. Like, that's how it works sometimes, because we really dumb red corporate tape shit does that. Ends up making those kind of circumstances happen all the time.
Yeah.
And so this guy replaced the windshield. It was a windshield that most windshields in airplanes go from like the lip of the window goes around the inside, right? And so it's in order to come out, it has to go like it has to break just to go out there. Well, this is one that just attaches to the front of the plane with a bunch of screws.
Oh wow!
And so the maintenance guy goes in and puts in the request for and there's like 60 screws that go on one fucking window. And so he goes in and he's like, I need, give me all the screws, and I can replace this window. And they're like, well, we've got 6. And he's like, well, I'm not just gonna not do it. That's dumb. I'm gonna go down into the basement where there's a bunch of like random parts, and just
make it work.
Find some screws that look the same. So he puts in like 5 screws that work, and then like 55 screws that fucking don't, because they were like off by a millimeter.
They kind of look like they were right. Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, they were off by a millimeter. Well, because there's so insane amounts of pressure involved there, it's like, it's a 3.5 millimeter screw versus a 3.7 millimeter screw. But that's enough that you're just gonna fucking fall right out under the pressure involved on the window.
Yeah. You would think anybody in that position would have the knowledge that is not to be done, you know what I mean? But apparently not.
But if you're the boss and you think it's okay, then it's definitely okay.
Right. I feel like if you made it to that point.
Yeah, when up until that point, he had no issues. There was no issues. But, it was a good learning experience for the airline. Nobody ended up dying. The pilot got a little bit of frostbite on like his eye or some shit. But considering he was basically right after the plane took off, the fucking window popped out, and then the fucking pilot was half out the window. Like he was essentially like. So once they take the plane off, and after they get over like 10,000 feet, in general they'll take off the shoulder straps of their harness and leave the bottom part on.
Right.
So he took off his shoulder straps, and then the fucking window popped out, and then fucking out the window half of him goes, because he's only being held in by those little straps.
Wow.
So then like one of the cabin crew people, like the people that bring in like drinks and shit, like I guess grabbed him around the waist and was holding him in, and people took turns doing that and shit. They thought for sure he was dead, but they were keeping him in there anyway, just in case, they didn't want to, like, just let him die if he wasn't dead.
Yeah. God damn, dude.
Yeah.
Remember that one time, I feel like this was, like, late 80s, early 90s, where, like, the middle fucking section of the plane just fucking ripped off?
Damn.
And, like, you could see, there was, like, pictures of, like, the passengers just sitting in this plane that's got half of the top, just the top, like the middle top half. I guess I'm not describing this right.
Like somebody just scooped the top off like a fucking convertible.
Yeah, like again, just so obviously the seats and anything below the seats didn't get ripped out, but there was like a big chunk of the top middle fucking missing, dude. And they fucking landed it. Like, I think, like, a couple of the flight attendants, because they weren't strapped in, obviously, because they were serving drinks or whatever the fuck they were doing. Like,
they got sucked out?
2 got sucked out, and they fucking died. But they fucking landed the plane, and fucking nobody else died.
Damn. That's probably the one time you put the fasten your seatbelt sign on and the passengers don't fucking just not do it.
Right. Like, all right, there you go, buddy. Like, you're fucking dead.
And it's like, well, I don't think he's going to complain because he did.
Right.
Yeah, that shit's always fucking hilarious. It's like, I don't want this to be true, so I'm just going to ignore it. Well, now you die. Like, there's a lot of places that have canyons and cliffs and stuff like that where you can climb up on the side of a mountain or whatever. And there's always like a certain number of people that die because they're like hanging over the edge with a selfie stick being retarded for Instagram or Twitter or whatever.
Alright.
Like they want that clout enough that they're going to like hang over a 5,000 foot drop with like nothing to keep them from falling should they like one hand slip or something.
Yeah. They get themselves in all kinds of stupid shit.
Well, and no matter how many fucking signs they put up and whatever the signs say, there's still like 5 or 6 people every year who die doing that. Taking a selfie.
Yeah.
Can you fucking imagine, like, you get up to the pearly gates? Well, first of all, like, that there's an afterlife, but, like, you get up to the pearly gates and you're like, how'd you fucking die? Well, I was taking a selfie.
Yeah. Cliff edge. Climbed up to it.
Yeah, I wanted to get a good, I needed to get that, what do you call that,
An adrenaline rush or something?
No, I was thinking like where you get everything framing. I want to get good framing on my selfie, so I wasn't paying enough attention when I was leaning over the Grand Canyon. You know, kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Murder all the people. Oh wait, this is YouTube. Not really. That's a fucking joke. Don't. Not a call to action. You fucking idiots. Yeah, it's pretty fucking nutty out there right now with politics.
Yeah, it is.
Like, and you know, Crowder's not the most entertaining, and he's a little abrasive and all that other shit. But he does actively work to be accurate.
Right.
So it's not like he's putting forward any sort of misinformation. Like, most of the time, everything he's saying turns out down the road, like, not only does he say it's true, but several other people have to admit that it's true. And that was supposedly what he got blocked for, was misinformation, so I don't know what's going on there.
But it was probably the actual truth, basically.
Yeah. As opposed to like...
Yeah, I'm surprised. Because it seems, again, you have people like that have a large audience. Like, you're just throwing your money away.
Oh, yeah.
Like, stopping them, you know what I mean? It's like you're getting a cut of whatever money they're making, and you still want to shut them down for fucking some dubious fucking version of the truth.
Ain't there always a dubious version of the truth?
I suppose so. You got a good point.
Man. So what do you feed the puppy? You like the puppy chow, or do you give him like real food, or?
He feeds them mostly, he's fed him, initially it was pretty much all wet food, but now he's mixing it kind of wet and dry food. I'm working him over to the dry food, I guess.
Huh.
Yeah, he's growing a lot, dude. I couldn't believe how much. He's not really a lot taller, but he's filling out especially like his kind of torso, like his ribs. You can tell he's a lot wider.
Oh yeah. Well, you can usually tell how big a dog is going to be by their feet. So.
Yeah, he's got pretty decent. Yeah, he seems to be growing well. He seems to be healthy. Again, full of fucking energy. And because I was a little worried when you first got him, because he seemed a little skinny. And it might just be the way all puppies. Like, I haven't been around a whole lot of puppies. I'm like, man, I can make out his rib cage. I feel like that's a bad thing. and like he seemed too thin, like along his backbone, like behind his ribs.
Yeah.
But now he seems fine. Like I said, whatever he's doing seems to be, again, he seems to be growing well. And again, other than me dropping him, he seems to be full of fucking energy.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, going pretty well. I usually go down because I usually bring him to work and shit. So I'll go down like a half an hour before and take the
Oh, you
puppy out
working
and
again?
fucking no,
Oh, I thought you said you take him to work. My bad.
yeah, no, to his job, to his work.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the dog. I thought you were talking about taking the dog to your
Oh
work.
no, when I take my son to work, sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
I was very
so
confused.
yeah, no, I'm saying before I take my son to work, I will go down like a half hour before I have to take him to work and
Oh,
hang
and
out
then
with
you
the
go to see
puppy,
the
take him
dog and
out.
like see how it's doing and be like,
Yeah, yeah,
get
yeah,
your
exactly.
ration of puppy petting in for the day.
Indeed.
Gotta make sure you get enough puppy petting in.
Yeah. Yeah, or sometimes,
Ugh.
I'll go back over there and fucking hang out for a bit. Because when my son's there, dog is like hyper fixated on my son. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Like I'll pick him up and or like I pick him up from work, and he usually feeds him around 9 o'clock, which is usually when he gets home from work or whatever. Um, we've gotten to the point where I will go go in and grab the puppy, bring him out back so he doesn't see my son.
Oh yeah.
So he'll actually go and piss and poop or whatever he's got to do, and my son can like get his food ready for him or whatever.
Oh
The
nice.
second the second he knows my son is home, the second he knows daddy's home, you know what I mean? As soon as he knows that,
Oh,
he
then
will
it's
fucking
on.
sit
Yeah,
at that
he's
back door. Yeah, he will sit at that back door and like whine and bark and fucking. I'm like, here, come on, chase this ball, and he'll kind of do it. Like I'll kind of kick it. It's just as many tennis balls, right? So I'll be kicking it like right next to him against the wall and shit, and he'll chase it if it's within a couple feet of him. And ordinarily he'll take off with it without not bringing it back to you. But when he's doing that, he'll be distracted for like 2 or 3 seconds, and then he'll just drop the ball and go back to sitting by the back door, just waiting for my son to come back out.
damn.
Yeah,
It's a very loyal dog.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Although, yeah, like I would be second in command, I guess, because sometimes he'll bark when I'm leaving. Like he'll be in my son's room, and I'll be like, "All right, bye, puppy," or whatever, and then I'll leave the room or whatever, and he'll bark after me, but it's not close to what my son gets, which makes obviously it makes sense because again he's the one that's around him the most. But it
Yep.
really gets to the point where like, dude, I don't want to fucking hang out with the puppy if you're here. Fucking sucks. Fucking ignores me.
This puppy didn't give me enough attention.
Yeah, like I said, obviously I don't like actually take it personally,
No, no,
but I do
I know.
prefer
Obviously, I
to
didn't
be
think
around
you
the
did.
dog without him knowing that his dad's home yet for as long as possible.
Oh, that'd be fucking funny if you were like that legit though.
Yeah, like getting jealous over it. Fucking hate that dog. How dare he love his actual owner more than me?
No, I cannot tolerate this. This insult shall not stand.
Yeah, although he was getting a bad habit of like, because when I pick him up, he'll like lick my face and that kind of shit the dogs do.
Yeah.
But he had this habit of reaching his paw up to touch my face, right? And then kind of bring it down. But he's got claws on the end, like a
Oh
dog
yes,
does.
you
So he's like
can.
almost raking my fucking eyes. This fucking claws.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely
Yeah,
one to teach him to stop doing quick.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So he doesn't do it much anymore, so that's good. Said he seems to learn. He seems to be a really a highly intelligent dog. So that helps a lot.
Better than the fucking kitten my sister got.
Mm. Yeah.
They gave her a broken cat. Fucking. Uh, Well, like, it didn't sleep for the 3 days we had it.
The hell?
Right? Yeah, it's a long fucking time, right? And I was kind of like going, well, that's I don't know about that. That's kind of weird. This cat's not sleeping. But since I work graveyard shift, my sister wanted to, like, was desperate to sleep for the night or whatever. Just wanted a night's sleep. I took the cat for the night, just like put it in my room because I'm like, I'm not like, she can't let the fucking cat just do its own thing.
Oh, right.
So it's also better because I'll just let the fucking cat do its own thing and it's not gonna, it's gonna be fine, obviously.
Right.
But I'll be damned if that cat did not sleep the whole fucking night. Like, no bullshit. That cat just fucking stayed awake the whole goddamn night long.
Wow. Fucking...
And this was a small kitten. Like, it was only a few weeks old. So I think there was some sort of genuine, like, health issue going on there. I don't think that was just not normal to me.
Yeah, because don't kittens normally, cats in general, and especially kittens, sleep
a fair amount of the day, yeah.
Of the time, right? Like, they're super active when they're awake, but I thought cats sleep most of the time.
Yeah, usually what'll happen is, the kitten will run around like a fucking maniac for, like, like an hour or two and then nap real heavy for a while.
Yeah, for like 3 hours.
And then at night the cat will sleep, a good long while usually. If it's like well fed and it's been worn out by playing all day.
Yeah.
So that's usually what it is. So it was really weird. Well, and my sister's already got anxiety issues, so this did not make it better.
Yeah, did not help. Right?
It was like, this is not helping. This is making everything worse. But yeah, so we had to get rid of that cat pretty fast. It was a nice enough cat and all, but at a certain point, like, we can't.
Yeah, you can't stay up all night after night, fucking. An eye on it, yeah.
Well, and we also had it was I think this was at the tail end of when we had the other dog that was all fucked up and would just leave if it left.
Wow.
Because dogs usually imprint, but this dog was kind of like fucked up from being like, it was stuck in its little crate for like the first, I think, like 2 or 3 years of its life.
Yeah, I don't understand why you have a pet if you're gonna do shit like that to it.
Oh, well, so this was a specific breed of dog out of, like, the Netherlands.
Okay.
And they're not available in the U.S. at this point right now, and this was gonna be, like, the pilot program. But the lady who had all the puppies suffered, like, a break with her bipolar. And,
wow.
Nobody fucking did anything about it for years and years and years. And so, like, all these dogs, it was more like 5 years. They were all stuck in their crates for like 5 years. It was pretty ridiculous. So they were all emotionally damaged and fucked up. And also on top of that, like, the fur of the dog is not like soft fur. It's like hard fur.
Oh, like wiry kind of?
Yeah, like wiry and stuff. It was not like it was not a gentle, like, it was not the kind of, you would not want to try to pet this fucking dog. It just was not pleasant to pet the dog.
Kind of the opposite of my puppy here. It's got like the fucking golden retriever with the softest fucking fur ever.
Yeah, your dog is definitely, your dog is definitely much better. Much better fur. But yeah, it was, we've not great luck. The dog we got after everybody in the family said, we don't want that dog.
Right.
My mom bought it anyway, and it was a miserable fucking experience for everybody. I hated that fucking dog. We literally, like, we had to hand feed it for the first, like, 6 months, or it wouldn't bond with us in any way, shape, or form. We would have just been strangers that lived in the same house as it. to the dog.
Yeah.
And even then, like, if the dog left, it just kept going. Like, it never came back.
Yeah, it had no connection to what was supposed to be its home. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucked up, man.
we got the dog. We ended up the dog got out one time, and we got real lucky because somebody in a business like a few miles away found it.
Otherwise, it would have kept on going.
It was just never gonna stop going.
Yeah. It's so cruel, dude. Oh, damn.
Yep.
That's a fucking bipolar break lasts years, though. That's fucking nuts.
It was like schizophrenic break, but she already had bipolar.
Oh,
Maybe I don't know. I said, I
yeah.
don't know all the details
Right,
here.
right.
So,
I hear you. I hear you.
but it was some major psychological issue that she had that did really fucked her up and ended up really screwing up all the dogs.
And that's pretty bizarre, actually.
Yeah, it was really weird. But it was an interesting breed of dog. It was very much a smart breed too.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they go, they're fucking crazy. It's just that much worse. The smarter the dog,
Yeah,
more
very
fucked up the
very
crazy
true.
is. Hey,
Very true indeed. Yeah, I don't know, man. That was a really weird situation. I always felt really bad for that dog, but at the same time, was like, I don't know why we have to have that dog.
yeah, yeah. Why
Like
do we have
we
to
just
suffer
want,
with this fucking dog?
we just want a dog that's happy to go on a walk once a week or once every other week, and otherwise just wants to like hang out and occasionally play like throw the fucking ball down the hallway kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. I was wondering about that as like a puppy. Like, how often should we be walking a puppy? Should it be almost every day, or is it still just once or twice a week is fine? Have any idea?
I have no clue.
I gotta look that up, dude. My son, he's gotten better about it, but he wasn't walking him a whole lot.
I know when my brother had a husky, we were told like that dog should be out every day for like an hour.
Mm, yeah, and I'm sure it's got to be similar with this one. This puppy has, again, so much fucking energy.
Yeah, I would assume
We're not
most dogs
necessarily
should
walking
really be
them,
walked once a day, honestly.
yeah. Although I let him out a lot. You know what I mean? Because I'll go back over there and hang out with the dog and fucking, make sure he gets some energy out. Uh, that kind of shit. So it's probably not as bad as if he was just locked away the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of um, happy medium there.
Well, and you could tell
Just,
like the husky was so happy to get out whenever it got out because it would just be fucking going.
yeah, just yanking away at the fucking chain or the whatever, the leash or whatever.
Oh well,
Yeah.
huskies tend to pull on leashes anyway because they're dogs that pull sleds.
Right, right.
So you're
Makes
going to get a
sense,
certain
yeah.
amount of pressure on the leash, I think, no matter what you do with a husky,
Right, right.
unless you're standing still. Unless you're like, because that was the one time the dog wouldn't pull on the leash. If we would get up to like a corner, it was we always trained our dogs to sit at the corner and wait with us until we were ready to cross. Because it's better to have the dog
Right.
sit. Because then if there's something that scares it into wanting to run, whatever it is that scares it into wanting to run is way beyond the dog by the time the dog gets up and starts trying to run in whatever random ass direction it runs.
Right, right.
So, usually you have time to either grab its collar or shorten the leash so it doesn't go out into the street. But, I live in California and fucking people on the road are animals.
Right. Shit.
Oh, apparently
Yeah,
Tim
this one,
Pool. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead. It's fine.
I was going to
It's
change
fine.
the topic entirely, but
Yeah. No, it was really quick. I was just gonna say this dog again. Just like I would take him to. There's like a little park area just a couple houses down from where they're at, and this dog when he gets in the grass, fucking just starts munching like crazy on the fucking grass.
Weird.
Again, I've been around dogs that eat grass and shit, and he's just fucking tearing it up, dude. Rolling around in it. Like, I guess that's pretty normal too, but
Maybe he
yeah, I
just
don't know. He
really likes
seems
the
more.
flavor of grass. Like, he's that one
Yeah,
dog who got born with that weird quirk that he's like, sorry, grass tastes
yeah, I
better than
love
food,
ranch.
man.
Although he tears up the fucking dog food too, though. He will literally, because he'll fucking eat away whatever is in there, right? And then he'll like go to the other side of the bowl, like his body to the other side of the bowl to see if he missed anything on the other side. You know what I
Oh,
mean? He'll go to like 3 or 4 different angles at that fucking dog dish to make sure he gets every little bit of the dog food out.
damn.
So I think he just enjoys, all food in general.
Well, that's not that
Very,
weird for a
very
dog, though.
unusual.
I mean, most
Yeah,
dogs are
yeah,
big, big fans of food.
yeah. This is true. All right, so yeah. Anyways, Tim Pool.
Okay, yeah. I was saying, Tim Pool was talking. I was talking about California being shitty. Was
Mm-hmm.
talking about New York, and apparently one of the ladies there on the show that night lives there, and she was like, I mean, you look out at the street at like 3 in the morning, and there's just a bunch of fucking junkies fighting in the road.
Oh wow.
So it's not like just one person or whatever. It's literally like dozens.
Just a big junkie brawl going on out there.
Yep.
A charge admission.
And it's all separate fights too. So it's not even like
Yeah, yeah. It's not like it's one big massive again, junkie team A versus junkie team B. Just a bunch of individual junkie battles going on.
yeah. So you look down the street and there's like 5 different junkie fights on your road that night.
Imagine, dude. Like I'm sure I would personally, I would find it hilarious, probably for about a week.
Well, yeah, and then
But,
until you had to go somewhere and fucking
yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it would be really funny
you're
until
trying not to step
like, all
on
right,
fucking needles and junkies all the time when you're walking down the road.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that whole situation in like New York and like L.A. and San Francisco and cities like that is absolutely insane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just the shit. What was that? The shit locator. There was an app, right? I think it was San Francisco, right?
Yep, the
Where
San
you're literally
Francisco poop app.
reporting all the human shit all over the fucking city, dude. And dude, San Francisco, man. Like before it was so badly mismanaged, like it has been. Again, there's a bunch of people that I've never been there myself, but everybody describes that as the fucking greatest town, dude.
Huh.
Everybody that's been there that I knew that'd been there in the last, let's say before the last 15 years or so,
Yeah,
absolutely adored that fucking city.
dude,
And
that
now
could
it's just a
be
fucking
any
hellhole.
one of like dozens of cities in the country now, though.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but that one more than any other, because I've known people travel quite a bit, different countries, and almost anybody that's been to San Francisco, that's their favorite city.
yeah, I have been in San Francisco quite a number of times and enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I
I used to
assume
go
again the
dancing there
last
all the
15,
time. I don't think
yeah,
I'd go there
15,
now, though.
20 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, most of the people that I'm talking about, it was when they were much younger. So, like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, that kind of shit. Before it became, again, the hellhole that it seems to have become.
Oh yeah, and it definitely is too. It's not. It's
Yeah.
no more is it the quaint little seaside town that it used to be. Sadly.
Yeah, yeah. Sucks, man. Fuck up a city that bad just by mismanagement.
Yeah.
An overly permissive fucking.
Yeah,
You know,
nothing is illegal essentially. Like the junkies can just do whatever they want, live wherever they want. I mean, what was it in
yeah,
my little
yeah.
city? And we're not even San Francisco, but in my little city, they had that fucking junkie living at the fucking in this on this guy's fence.
Wow.
Like he was literally like on the other side of the fence that separated this dude's yard from the street.
Just camped out there, huh?
And he was camped out there for like 6 months.
Wow.
And if you drove by early enough, you could catch him just pissing on the side of the fence right next to where he sleeps.
Wow.
And then across like the kitty corner, what is that? Where it's across both streets.
Yeah, kitty corner diagonally.
Diagonally across, yeah. So it was diagonally across the street from where he was. There was like a little like shopping center with like a small deli store and like some like a odd little business like this, like a laundry and a Chinese food place and fucking that kind of shit. And
right.
yeah, and this guy fucking just that's where he lived. Was but he'd go hang out in the shopping center a little bit of time during the day and just go hang out and like live on this guy's fucking yard essentially.
Did you have like a tent set up or something like that, or
no? He had like a sleeping bag on the ground.
Oh wow, okay, that's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah,
I'm guessing again the authorities would not make him move. Basically,
I would assume because I know that dude must have called the cops many a time.
Yeah. God damn, it's fucked up.
Yeah, oh yeah, can you fucking imagine? Like you just like every time you call the cops, they're like, "Yeah, we can't do anything for you. Sorry, buddy. Bye-bye."
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that would fucking infuriate me. It's like, dude, can't you just I don't know. Find some kind of rotation of houses at least. Like, fucking, why the fuck is it my house every night?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, or sleep in an alley like a fucking, a proper bum.
Get some warfarin out of a rat poison pack, and like make him some hot cocoa. Here, have some hemorrhagic cocoa, sir.
I assume he wasn't that healthy. He was homeless. Who knows?
He was bleeding out of his eyes.
Dude, that's nuts, man.
Yeah, that whole thing was a shitty thing because not only is this dude like his house is now in like a dangerous situation and it's definitely like not worth very much right now. Like, who wants to buy the house where the homeless guy lives in your yard?
Yeah.
Actually, we had a fucking dude try to set up a fucking tent in our yard, like about a year ago.
In your yard?
In the yard of the program I work at.
Wow.
Like the front yard. It's the property adjuts to a street and there's no sidewalk on the street, so the grass goes right up to the actual street. And this dude came over and he just wanted to camp on like the far corner of our yard right next to the fucking storm drain.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. Called the cops out and we had to call them like, and they were like, "Well, what do you want us to do?" But I'm like, he needs to move. I'm like, if he sleeps on our property, we can get shut down by licensing, and then you got 12 more homeless people, so you might want to fucking do your job and get this guy the fuck off our property. He's setting up a camp.
What do you want us to do?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude.
It was fucking ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, that's... Oh, my God.
And it's and to be fair, it's not all their fault that their hands are tied like that.
Yeah.
But once they realized it was against state licensing, they were like, "Oh well, I guess we have to," and so they went out and fucking shuffled him along.
Right.
It was pretty fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, when you decriminalize shit like trespassing or shoplifting under fucking $1,000.
Oh yeah, well, and like the guy who goes and sets up a tent on somebody's yard should probably go to jail for like a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty brazen fucking fucked up thing, dude.
Yeah. Just go decide you get to live in somebody's fucking on somebody else's property.
Somebody else's property, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucked up that it had to be again, he could probably have been doing it to personal residence, especially from what you described in that previous story.
Oh yeah, you would never know that the house, the house is, our house looks like 3 separate houses from the street.
Oh, right.
Because it's all connected, but it was 3 houses originally, so you'd never know you were sleeping in like one giant group house's fucking yard. But it was still just like, yeah, you can't just set up camp on our fucking porch, you know? I've also had the cops refuse to remove somebody off of our front porch at one of the houses.
Really?
Yeah, this lady was just fucking walking up and down the front porch and decided she was going to live there again. And she's like, you got to let me in. And, you know, I'm gonna need a bed and all this other shit. And it's like, nah, that's not how this works. Like,
Right.
you need to be referred through your case manager. We don't take people off the street. We're not a shelter. That's not at all how we function. And it took me an hour to get the cops out to get this bitch off the front fucking porch of our house.
Wow.
Like, she just started, like, fucking sleeping on her. It was ridiculous.
Why the fuck wouldn't you try to just do this shit to get back in? Like, you know what I mean?
She'd
Instead
never
of
been a
just
client there. I worked there for like 5 years, and I had no idea who she was.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a former.
She might have been a client at one of our other programs and just knew about that one for some reason. Or I think if you know what you're looking for, you can find some of the information on our houses online.
Right.
Including the addresses of a couple of them. But it's unfortunate because we don't run any sort of emergency shelter of things. We can't just take people off the street.
Yeah. Makes sense, dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, our goal is to take people out of institutions where they've been locked away for like years and years and years and get them to like whatever the highest level of functioning independence they can get to is, so that they're less difficult to maintain.
Yeah. Trying to have them be able to have some autonomy.
Yeah, as much freedom as they can possibly have. Plus, you know, somebody on board and care costs way less for the county every month than a locked facility.
Yeah, makes sense too.
Because, like, the program I work
it
at...
sounds like what you've been describing over the years here is the program doesn't seem to be all that effective. Like, it's kind of hamstrung or...
okay, so when I first started there, it was very strict behavioralism, and those programs were very effective.
Yeah.
And our goal was always to enforce as much of natural consequences as was possible.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the most normal thing that would happen if you did X is what we would try to make happen.
Right.
So spend all your money, you don't get cigarettes for a month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to buy you any cigarettes. The natural consequence of you spending all your money on stupid shit is now you have no money to buy cigarettes, and we're not going to buy them for you, so you just don't get to smoke this month.
Right.
You know, and then so the clients would learn, oh, okay, first thing I got to do every month is buy as many of the cigarettes as I need so that I don't run out. And then I can go blow my money on, like, candy or bubble gum or whatever bullshit.
Right.
So,
but I'm guessing it got to the point where they're like, "Oh, it's not their fault." No.
Yep, and then fucking every so often they'd be like, "Oh, well, we'll spend some money. You can buy like backup cigarettes and blah blah blah," and then you know that's just one aspect of it, but it gets it bleeds into everything else, and it's suddenly like. Well, they're just expressing themselves. No, they're having a psychotic fucking episode, and they need to go to a locked facility, and be there for like 2 or 3 weeks to stabilize before they can come back out. Like they're incredibly dangerous right now, and why are you ignoring this?
Yeah, it's fucking bizarre, dude. Especially when it used to, what you were doing before worked. And they decided to stop doing that.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter what works. It matters what political message you send with whatever it is that you're doing. That's the thing now. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, got to be whatever is the most compassionate,
Even if your compassion kills people.
Or fucking, again... prevents them from being able to develop any kind of autonomy in their lives. Freedom. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well, it's like if you take a look at the transgender thing, you know, they're telling these poor kids that it's going to solve all their problems and make them happy, and that it's easily reversible and not permanent. Um, you know, and that there's no long term consequences for like, what do you call it? You know, mutilating your genitalia and like taking a cocktail of like hormones that aren't natural. Like suddenly there's not going to be any consequences for that long term, even though like that shit gives you cancer and all sorts of other health. And you're also, you know, like especially for the men becoming women, like you're walking around with an open wound. You know, like there's an open wound on your body that is never healing. And that's really not good for you to, you know, consistently have that. That's extremely bad for your health. And you know, like, I would never say that people can't go get like transgender surgery or whatever. Like, you know, like whatever, like fine, but it should be not unless you're over 25. Firstly, because you have to be finished with your puberty and your development. Because if they don't have enough genetic material to actually work with, how are they going to build whatever abomination they want to call like the other genitalia from? You know, like they can't turn your pussy inside out if there's no pussy to work with. So there's that, and then also I feel like 25 is when your brain stops developing, right? Like that's when your brain is fully mature and developed, more or less.
Yeah, when the rational part of your brain is fully developed. Yeah.
So then that's when you should be able to make that choice of I want to change my gender because I feel like I'm a woman or a man or whatever. Like then that's totally fine with me. Nothing wrong there.
Yeah. Yeah, you make that kind of shit fucking political.
Yeah, and it's like you're not helping anybody. They don't give a shit about these people. If they gave a shit, they wouldn't be pushing this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you got people that are blindly following ideology instead of acknowledging reality.
Exactly, you know? Exactly.
Yeah, and the fact that how hard they go after people that decide to stop transitioning, they realize, oh, I think I'm just gay, I'm just a lesbian, or no, I'm just actually ended up just being a kind of a tomboy, a girl that's kind of a tomboy, but still a girl. You go after those people so fucking hard, dude. It's fucked up, man.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, a lot of the stuff they do is just—it's ridiculous.
Yeah. You know, that was you know Benjamin Boyce, the guy that did all the he was an Evergreen alumni and he covered a lot of the Evergreen State College.
Yeah. I remember that guy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like he's doing. He's had a few people on that have detransitioned and kind of telling their stories and shit. And like this girl, actually one that just came out like a day or two ago, she was saying like, yeah, no, they told me that like, no, you can't tell your parents because, you know, they're gonna fucking hate you and they're gonna disown you and they're gonna kick you out and all this shit. And then basically like, I guess her mom had found out about it through like seeing her social media or something like that. And she's like, well, why didn't you, you know, tell me what was going on and what you thought was going on, you know? And like, yeah, I don't think you're a boy in a girl's body, you know, like I disagree with that, but I don't fucking hate you for it. I'm not gonna fucking kick you out for it. Like, you know, like found out after the fact that, you know, the people, the transition people, you know, were basically telling her to isolate from her fucking friends and family and shit.
Oh yeah, because it's cult brainwashing. It's not actually trying to help anybody.
Yeah. So yeah, that kind of stuff, it's so fucking disgusting, man. And yeah, again, her mom was right. You know what I mean? She's like, you think I don't know my own daughter that well? Like, yeah, you're a bit of a tomboy, but you're not a boy in a fucking girl's body.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Yeah, and as soon as she started to detransition, those people basically essentially shunned her or, again, attacked her and sent all the other people they knew after her to attack her too. You know, and that's a very common story. Anybody who decides to stop transitioning. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
Yep. Well, and then, you know, like, they go after, like, your family and shit, though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they want to isolate you for sure. But yeah, and if the family is somehow still staying in touch with you, yeah, I'll fucking try to go after them too, man.
Yeah, the whole thing is just so disturbed.
Yeah. It's like, no, we don't really care if you're happy and you're making the decision that ends up being right for you. If you're not doing what we fucking,
Yeah,
we
if
think you
you're
should
not
be
happy
doing,
the way we dictate you should be happy,
yeah,
that's a
then you're
problem.
horrible. And you need to fucking feel bad. We need to make you feel bad about it. We need to attack you. Yeah. In fact, I think I'll show that fucking video. It'll be down here somewhere. Sheesh. How you feeling, man? Getting pretty worn out? Are you okay, or what?
I'm good. Just kind of like
Alright.
I exist right now.
Yeah. Do you want to call it, or you want to keep going?
I think we might call it. Go and get working on my laundry and shit and get that done so I can go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, it's almost 6 anyway.
Yeah, we're
Fuck
pretty
it.
close.